jump in a fire. Turn around, bite you. Yeah. Jump out the frying pan. You're bound to jump in a fire. Yeah. Put that in a wet shot. Me say him bound to wallow in a mud. Put that in a wet shot. Me say him bound to wallow in a mud. My gosh. Sorry for mama dog. Mother dog, turn around, bite you. You're bound to jump in a fire.
Heavyweight reggae on Soma FM.
when I give my heart to you, please be true.
Please be true.
I would like to have you around me every day. I would be happy as children at play. So when I give my heart to you, please be true.
Please be true.
I need someone to call my very own. I'm too young to be living all alone. So when I give my heart to you, please be true.
Please be true.
I would like to have you around me every day. I would be happy as children at play. So when I give my heart to you, please be true.
Please be true.
One more time again now. Please be true.
Please be true.
All right now. Do you? My heart cries out perfidity, for I found you the love of my life in somebody else's arms. Your eyes are echoing perfidity, forgetful of our promise of love you shared in another's charms. With a sad lament, my dreams have faded like a broken melody. While the gods of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortals be. And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. Perfidious one, goodbye. Suck it to me, baby.
With a sad lament, my dreams have faded like a broken melody. While the gods of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortals be.
And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. Perfidious one, goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Oh, goodbye.
Yo, yo, yo! What's happening, y'all? What's up? I just opened the proverbial doors to the classroom. Big up to everybody who's been standing outside waiting patiently. And those who are going to be showing up over the next... Oh, it usually takes about 30 minutes for everybody to show up, but I usually start about 10 minutes in. Yo, what's happening? Happy National DJ Day, Magoo. Big up Stitchy, big up Louis DMB, Louis, good to see you, man. Jump in this Zoom. It's !Zoom in the chat if you want to jump into the discussion. What up, Rude Boy Soldier? Great set earlier. I was lurking while I was working. Good stuff. Shouts out to those already in the Zoom. Corinne, how are you doing? You're muted, by the way. There you go. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I muted
Look at that
myself.
shirt. Look at that shirt.
Hey, photo proof. And don't be offended. I cut my shoulders off of every shirt. So
That looks fly as hell.
yeah, it's showing it. Hey, ladies, you can get a fucking t-shirt and it still looks hot.
That looks dope. That looks
Thank you.
dope as hell.
10 more days.
Had to represent.
Appreciate that. How are you doing, Corinne? How was your week?
I'm doing good. I've been having a good week. I'm gonna do a show a little later, so I'll probably leave your show a little early. But
You have a show
yeah.
starts at 8 p.m. Pacific. And
it does. I'm gonna start a little bit earlier because I have to start the letter like at 8 because Jay is a hell of a letter. There's gonna be a lot of requests, so I'm gonna mix a little bit before that and stuff.
E-Rock, is there a problem?
Yeah, we're not live, man. I'm still seeing Rude Boy Soldier on your chan.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah. And in fact, no one's really talked in the channel at all either. I saw Magoo say something and some people were talking, but after that, I still got, hey, there we are.
Yeah, I see that.
I see us now.
Now we're up? How freaking weird is that?
We are up now. Hey, Stitch, what's up, man?
Good to see you.
Hey everybody.
That's so weird. What's up, Stitch? How you doing, sir?
It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me.
Just waiting for somebody to say it.
Oh, I gotta get my
I'm
hat. Hey.
feeling good.
And,
That's
buddy,
totally weird. So
I
we
feel
were.
amazing.
So
Sorry,
E-Rock,
go ahead.
explain to
Yeah.
me what you were seeing because I didn't see it on my end.
So when you started up, I never saw it go off you hosting Rude Boy Soldier.
Yeah, it just showed his mixer with
Yep.
visual.
Up until the very point I mentioned something and then it cut over to us and now I see us on screen on the channel.
That's
Yep.
so
Yeah.
weird. So the unhost, when I hit live, normally when I hit start streaming, it automatically kicks whoever I was hosting off. At least that's the way I've always understood it. And so this time, I was running that whole pre-roll,
Yep.
and we actually started. We started, and then it's been up the whole time. Actually, weird, huh? It's up now. That's weird.
Brand, I love that hat.
Well, what's up, y'all? Magoo, how you doing?
Nice
Louis,
hat.
how you doing?
That hat is amazing.
I shouted Louis out earlier. I don't know if you saw it. Rude Boy Soldier, I shouted you out earlier too. Puppy Tooth, how you doing? Welcome, everyone.
What
That's totally weird. I've never seen that
That's
happen
really
before. Now, am I mistaken? Because DJM, Rude Boy Soldier, is on my auto host.
Yeah. I thought maybe I was delayed or something. I refreshed it, closed the browser out like 3 or 4 times. That's why it took me a minute to put it in chat because I wanted to make damn sure before I said something. I thought it was crazy.
That's a trip.
No, I was seeing the same thing.
Word.
You were just seeing Rude Boy Soldier?
Yeah, I was just seeing his mixer, and yeah.
Well, then I guess from now on, I should check my auto host and make sure that or just type in unhost in the chat before I go
Maybe.
live.
That's something to think about. I've never ever seen it bug out. So
Because
something to
I've
watch.
been filling my auto host. So
Yeah,
like
same here.
when you guys are on, like I should be auto hosting you, and it doesn't always work. By the way,
No.
Have you guys noticed that? Like
And it depends on it either. I think sometimes when it gets blasted with like 3 or 4, and then your account attempts to do 3 or 4 hosts in a row, it's like, oh, now I can't host anything.
no, I'm
It's
just
like,
gonna
you
say
tried all these and nothing's not
Right.
working.
yeah.
I have no
I'm
idea.
hosting the middle finger.
I don't know. I haven't figured it out. It seems like it works when there's lower volume traffic. When people ramp up and there's a lot of people on, it doesn't work as well for me.
Amen Theory Records, what up? TFTIHQ 9 months at tier 1. Yo,
Big it up, guys.
big up TFTI.
Miss you guys.
Yeah, seriously, miss y'all. I hope you guys come back to streaming regularly. I loved seeing you on the Jungle Cruise a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, that room
There you go.
needs to go to good use,
And the kitty.
and the kitty and the talent, obviously as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
Couldn't agree
So-
more.
The cat is not getting enough treats these days now.
If it's your first time, this is DJs Not DJing. I welcome everybody. Basically, what it is we sit down and we chat about today's topics for the next couple of hours, And it happens every single Wednesday, 6:16 p.m. Pacific, unless I'm auto-hosting, apparently, and 9:16 p.m. Eastern. He's well fed. That's what's up.
Hell yeah. Big up the kitty.
Billy Robot, how you doing, sir? Chico Massive representing. Big up Chico Massive. Appreciate y'all.
So you have that in your schedule. I wonder if it auto hosts until 6:19 or 6:16 and then jumps over.
Well, it should. By the way, Charlie Eon, how you doing, sir?
Cheers.
Welcome.
Excellent.
It's good. I'm glad you're here. How was your week?
This week kind of sucks, so I'm really looking forward to Saturday. That's all I can say.
Saturday's gonna
Hey,
be dope.
congratulations. Yeah.
Saturday's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
be dope. Let me get a drink.
I can't wait. Oh.
Drink it out of a red Dixie or a red Solo, whatever you want to call it.
Hey man, doing it proper tonight. That's what I like to see, Billy.
Auto crew.
Bottle crew.
Yep.
I love it. Hey, those bottle shirts are only going to be up for another 2 weeks, and I'm breaking the mold, and we're never going to sell them again. So if you guys want to grab one of those bottle shirts and have bragging rights, exclamation point merch in the chat. In fact, I'll do it for you right now.
Hey, shout out to
You can also scroll down below
Ratfink,
the
right?
stream.
Billy, what did Ratfink do with the bottle shirt again?
Oh yeah, totally. So Ratfink, we do this thing. For those that don't know what the bottle means, the bottle's an inside joke. What it is when we do this thing called a mosh pit, King of the Pit. We do it every single Saturday night. And when you're in the mosh pit, you type exclamation point bottle in the chat and it starts chucking bottles at everybody in the mosh pit. It's fucking hilarious. Look at the clips on YouTube if you want. And so the homie Ratfink, being one of the biggest supporters of this channel, he bought 6 bottle shirts and gifted them to all of the developers of that mosh pit game that we've been playing.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Shouts to him, man. That's a stellar idea.
Isn't
I
that
thought
dope?
that was amazing when you said that, dude. Really
that's super
cool.
dope because they don't charge you anything for the game. You know what I mean? It's a totally free game, and like, I learned a little bit of a story behind it. Big up Pixel Maniacs. They did that. They wrote that game when they were doing like a 24-hour codeathon battle thing where who can come up with the coolest something in 24 hours, right? And that was what the basis of that game was from. And then they developed
That's
it a little bit
pretty
further. Yeah.
That worked out for 24 hours. That's dang good.
Right? And it's super fun to play. It's super fun to play.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is, man. That's for sure. So.
Yeah. So all of the developers now have T-shirts. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's pictures with their bottle T-shirts because I want to put together a good montage of everybody in their bottle T-shirts. Gang. How's everyone doing? Bev G, what's up? Magoo, how you doing? That's a nice bike.
That's a nice bag.
Mr. Culture, how you doing? How's everyone doing today? Stream Element Spot. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. It's a good time to be smiling.
I love it. Bot love. Yes.
Bot love.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm kind of bugging on that the auto host thing. That's kind of weird. That's never happened to me before.
I'm gonna check it, triple check from here out because I usually have it up on this monitor right there. So I've never seen it do anything like that. That's just crazy. And I auto host 24/7, obviously with the Shack and stuff like that.
So
right?
when you go live, it kicks whoever you're hosting off before immediately, right? That's
yeah,
what
I take it for granted that it does.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you didn't hop OBS or anything, so like start streaming and then kick it back off or anything on accident today?
No, we got
Nothing really,
transcoding
right?
immediately.
Yeah,
sometimes
I got nothing.
I'll Rochambeau the system to try to get transcoding.
Yeah.
And then, but this time we got it on the first roll, so I was like, shit, yes, this is gonna be a good night. I'm excited. Big up.
I noticed you've resized your stream avatars, man.
Did I? Oh yeah, they're a little bit smaller. That happened over when it starts getting bigger. Chuck the Bounty Hunter, what up? Subscribe for 6 months of tier 1.
Nice.
I could make them bigger.
Respect. That's awesome.
I made them smaller because last Saturday it got busy.
It did.
And when it gets busy, it just gets kind of like messy down there. Where the whole point of being able to see everybody's names and acknowledge everybody's avatar turned into this blob of text and
Well, I was gonna say between the massive amounts of alcohol consumption combined with 400 avatars down there, that is just basically one blue and orange stream from left to right because there's so many.
Right. So that at some point I had to shrink them down.
I haven't brought it back on. They left the shack a while back, and I just hadn't had time to get them re-implemented. I really like what you guys did.
I love the work that Entity put into his custom to the custom stream avatars.
Yeah.
And I love showing that off. But I can see right away that the stream avatars aren't going to scale very well. Like the more busy the room gets, the less I like them on the screen. And that's fine. You know what I mean? Like at some point, I'll just turn them off and
make them marbles.
Something.
I'll say you know at 1080 60 frames, when you get about 40 or 50 of them on a server box, at least with a okayish video card, it starts choking.
Yeah,
it really does. And I mean at your level, but I've seen some really bad things if you want to go up to the next level, i.e. 1080, right?
Right.
So
yeah, no plans on going 1080 quite yet.
And I'll promise you, they don't look any better at 1080. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, the sprite is the sprite, no matter what. So,
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I heard 1080 is really bad for mobile, though. A lot of people.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with 1080 and mobile. If you're not a partner, then you're not guaranteed what's called transcoding. Right.
Yeah.
For those in the audience who are not familiar with transcoding, I'll take the time to explain it real quick. If you're looking at this stream right now, we currently have transcoding, which means if you click on the little sprocket at the bottom of it, you'll see that the quality says whatever it chose for you. Mine is the source 720p 60. But if you click on that, then you'll see that you have all these different options. You can go 160, 360, 480, 720, etc. Those options are called transcoding options. If you're a partner, you are guaranteed those transcoding options, okay? If you're not a partner, then it's just a roll of the dice whether or not you're going to get it when you start stream.
That's really weird. I had no idea.
And the reason you want the transcoding, I'm sure people have realized it by now, is that when you're on your mobile, usually your network connection is not as good as when you're on your home internet service, right? And so when you're streaming things like Twitch, you kind of need to lower the quality a little bit sometimes in order to be able to pick up the stream at all, or else you're not even able to see it.
How often would you say, Billy, you don't get that?
Right.
On your stream?
Transcoding?
Yeah.
I don't get transcoding the majority of the time.
You serious?
And how do you know if you do have it is enabled?
Because those options are there, Charlie.
Right.
Otherwise, you don't get them.
Right.
I've never
literally
had it where the Shack
monitor.
didn't have it or anything. That's really weird.
I'm monitoring the end result as like one of the things that I'm monitoring of like all the different things that I'm monitoring.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm monitoring is the final result. What are people actually seeing on the stream, including kind of the delay that it takes from what I'm saying in order to what it shows on the screen, right? I'm literally watching myself in a browser.
That's just like one of my troubleshooting tests, like you're saying, right? So like during the stream, I alternate between 360s. I just trying to make sure that everything's rolling no matter what you're coming at, right?
That's what I've seen. What Apostle is saying is exactly
to not
right.
have the option is crazy. I've never seen that. That's new news to me. It's weird.
Normally when I stream, it says 720p source only, and there's no other options. And you're not guaranteed those transcoding options unless you're partner.
Wow.
Now, Apostle has a good workaround. This is a low-tech hack.
Yeah, start and stop.
Just keep starting and stopping until you get the transcoding.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And that does work if you have the patience. I usually Rochambeau. I go like 1 or 2 or 3 times, and if I haven't got it by then it's a fucking wrap. I'm just going with it. We're going 720 tonight. Like fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't have the patience to start and stop until I actually get it.
Me not being peak hour most of my shows. I mean, all of my shows are not peak hour, so that
might be part of it too.
And when I do shack maintenance and I rotate the station stream, that's 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Central.
We're getting raided. What up, Rude Boy Soldier raiding in? What's happening? Adagio raiding in. Both of y'all proper raids. Big up Adagio. Big up Rude Boy Soldier. Welcome Raiders. J-Dub subbing in 7 months at tier 1. Appreciate you. How you doing?
Big it up.
Visual Serenity throwing down the bits. That's what's up. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love. Everyone's showing up, walking through the door. Welcome, welcome. This is the 916 Junglist channel. It's called DJs Not DJing. And this is what we do.
Thumbs up there. Fireball.
Fireball.
Bottle crew shots.
Fireball.
Get started.
Bars
Our
Liquid
revenge
throwing
nerd.
fitty on it. Thank you so much. I gotta try some of that hot sauce.
Why not? Hang on a second. Let me get the.
Beat Specific Guru, what up?
Where they actually
Oh
have
yeah.
Fireball.
I do DJ. I DJ on Fridays. Every Friday, Taco Rewind. I'm actually DJing next Saturday also as a part of the Dystopia 10-year anniversary. It's gonna be a good time. Inside the Ride or Die. What's up? Lexi, how you doing? Appreciate you. Just Trock throwing down. Thank you. The love is real. If you want to jump in the Zoom, ! Zoom in the chat right now. What's up, y'all? Man. J
So I got a question for you. You wanna hack this
AMA.
issue?
AMA, what you got?
All right, so my shot calls and fireball show, which is happening tonight.
Yes.
And I do the request thing, and
Yes.
I've just implemented 25 bits for requests. It's like 25 cents, like a jukebox, or channel points. There's got to be a way to Streamlabs this crap to do a ! Command so that stuff is automated and in a queue somewhere. But I haven't figured it out yet. Trigger fire? That's yeah. Somebody
You can use
mentioned
Trigger
that
Fire
too.
or Lorian board. Lorian board can do that also. I've converted solely to Lorian board. I dropped Trigger Fire altogether.
Nice.
And
I haven't even heard of that, so that's cool.
We do some stuff into it. You want to talk to Joshua Carl? He's a good person to talk to involved with that. Who do we got coming in the Zoom right now? Let me take a look. Okay, let's go Too Hot for Twitch real quick, y'all. And let's make sure that this is Louie and Magoo real quick. How's everyone doing? So if those of you don't know what's going on, we like to make sure, first of all, everybody's invited to join in on this conversation. You can jump in the Zoom. It's ! Zoom in the chat. And basically, when we have new people joining us in the Zoom, we make sure that first it is who they are before we bring everybody onto the screen. And because you never know what could happen. It could go too hot for Twitch. In fact, it has, and it's always amazing. What up, Forgive Me? How you doing? 1134 crew in the house. Big up Noise for Anger. Big up Catch 22. How's everyone doing tonight? Zookeeper, how you doing? Jump in here.
Yeah.
It's
Same thing with See Louie, see Magoo. What's up, man? How are you?
Magoo, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. No audio issues tonight.
No, you got it hammered.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Saturday was some BS, man.
Dude, I never even touched it.
Hey, you know what? That's part of the show, man. And what's really funny is that those who watch this show know that that's not the first time we've had something like that happen in the Zoom. And I don't want to throw anybody's names out or throw anybody under the bus, but that's always pretty fucking entertaining, in my opinion. So I welcome it. I'm down. Bring it. Yeah. Shouts out. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. It's a great day. Big up Louie, right? Big up Louie coming in hot. He'll be up in here in a second. I haven't seen Louie in the Zoom since the first Dystopia Jungle DJ battle.
Oh wow, yeah, that long?
It's been a while since Louie's been in the Zoom. Big up.
Is my audio good?
I hear you. Yes, I absolutely do hear you. Perfect.
All right, cool. I'm getting everything sorted still.
Cool. You can come up, you could come up a hair, but your audio's coming through. Big up Roots for Roots for the Villains is going to be on the show this Saturday inside the ride. Charlie Eon, you're going to be on the show this Saturday as well.
That's rough. Being after villains. Oh man.
Shouts out to Lexi for the Zoom butts and Cannot Lie.
Well, here's like Zoom butts. I cannot lie. I have no idea what you're talking about. You can't prove anything.
Nope. Plausible deniability.
Zagazoom, gazang. You know it, Beanie Man. No, that's Zagazoom, gazang. That's oh God, who does that one? That's gonna bug me.
Google.
It's Yellow Man, I think. I think it's Yellow Man.
What is it?
It's Yellow Man. I was right. It's Yellow Man.
Yellow Man.
I was right. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Peg and D&B, what up? Chuck the Bounty Hunter, what up? Yeah, it's Yellow Man, exactly. I just drew a blank. Spire, what up? How you doing? Appreciate y'all locking in. It's been an interesting week for new gear releases. I don't know. Kind of want to get into that real quick here since we're rolling.
Nice.
So basically, normally this time of year, it is what's called the NAMM show in San Diego, California. Actually, Anaheim. Sorry, in Anaheim, California. And Los Angeles, for those who are like, what? And
Actually, Anaheim.
On camera.
So
What's up?
this year, obviously, and last year, last year it did happen, but this year obviously did not happen. I'm talking about the NAMM show. And the NAMM show, what it is basically it's a big, giant conference for dealers around the world and merchants and developers around the world to kind of come together and have this huge show of like what's coming out in 2021, right? Now, obviously, and the DJ section is a legit section, but it's very much like a small portion of like what is the NAMM show. We're talking about all of music, right? But it's always really exciting in the DJ space when it's NAMM time, because this is traditionally, and it's been a little bit different in the last maybe 5 years, but traditionally when the companies start putting out or announcing all of their big new toys, right? And has anybody been following the NAMM hardware that's been dropping?
Thanks to Billy posting mega awesome links in his Discord channel.
Oh yeah, I should actually plug that right now.
You should plug it. Perfect opportunity.
I should plug that. There you go.
You don't pay these guys enough for the advertising, Billy.
No, he
I know
doesn't.
it, right?
No, he doesn't.
Ooh, yeah. There you go. Jump in the Discord, and there is a new channel I created, a temporary channel for like me, like just going off on my blog lists and everything. Every year I have the kind of the similar resources, and they always come through. And so I posted a whole bunch of new synthesizers, new plugins, new audio interfaces, new DJ mixers, new DJ controllers, like all kinds of shit that would basically be all of the vendor booths, or they're not really vendor booths, but all of the booths that you would see at the NAMM show, or at least the ones that I would go visit. The only ones that I haven't posted yet are the large PA ones that I like to follow.
Oh, that's definitely one I would want to go check out.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally. Yeah, I gotta go digging into those. Honestly, like it's just not relevant to what we're doing right now, since there's no live events. What the fuck am I gonna do with the fucking huge ass sound system? You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a Function 1 in my living room. You know, like
I do.
yeah. Oh, you do, yeah. But I do. What's up, Mike Airstrike? How you doing? Piss off the neighbors, right? Nero, how you doing? Shouts out, everybody. Big up. What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing? Just having a little nerd sesh. Munchie, what's up? J-Dub, all night. Reefer Villains rating in. Appreciate you. Yo, so one of the hot topics, let's just cut right to the mustard so we can bullshit afterwards. The hottest thing, in my opinion, is not what you might think, actually. And I'm throwing you for a curveball here. This is what I think is the dopest. Where's it at? Right here. Okay. Boom. Let me get up on my screen. That looks right. Okay. Look at this fancy. Ooh, wait. There it is. All right. So let's move us over there. Okay. So those of you who are in the Zoom, obviously, you're gonna have to open a browser and check the Twitch stream to see what's going on. I got to figure out a way to do that. Might have to just put the actual stream, like as a virtual camera in the Zoom. That probably would be the easiest solution for the folks in the Zoom, unless this works. But what's going on is, here's the major update. This is super awesome. This is not a Pioneer thing. This is Denon DJ, in my opinion, takes the cake. And what has happened is they have added a broadcast mode to their flagship mixer line. I know for sure the Boiler Kitchen is using this mixer. His Zen and DJ has released a new firmware update for their X1800 Prime and their X1850 Prime mixers, offering a number of fixes and improvements. One major new feature that just made live streaming easier: broadcast mode. Broadcast mode allows the main output mix to stream over USB audio channels 1 and 2, which is a requirement for many stream platforms like popular software OBS, for example. So basically what it means is you could take one of the USB ports on this mixer and plug it directly into the computer that you're using to stream, and it'll recognize it as an audio input source. You don't have to create you don't have to buy an interface, or you don't have to do the software hackery to get it to work. It just works straight away. And all you got to do is go into the utility and change it to broadcast mode. So if you have a X1800 Prime or X1850 Prime, that's fucking game changer. And this is something that Pioneer should be taking care of too, honestly. It's a firmware fix to make that happen.
Oh, wait. So I'm trying to think of what the difference here is between what the S9 utility does and what this does. So the S9 utility itself actually just makes the mixer as a sound card, right? I can't assign independent channels like that, kind of split up the mixer, so to speak, from a hardware perspective within Windows, I guess.
The S9 and most Pioneer hardware, as far as I am understanding it, does not meet this class compliant state in order for you to be able to connect your mixer directly to a computer via USB. So like me and many others, we're running out of our DJ mixers into an audio interface, and then that interface runs into a computer via USB. That's the solution that we've been doing.
Wait, so what you're telling me is on your S9 or your S11 today, you can't use it as a sound card?
No, it recognizes it as on my DJ laptop. On my DJ laptop, it recognizes it as a sound card where I can play audio from the desktop audio, right?
Right.
Like I can play like iTunes.
Right, but you can't do the reverse, right? You can't send audio to the computer, and that's what we're getting at with the Denon mixer, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay,
Yep.
thanks, man.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
The Rain 1 does that as well. The Rain 1 is, and Rain, I believe most Rain products are actually class compliant out of the box. Darth Liquid makes a good point, but I know for sure that the Rain 1 is class compliant in this way as well.
Okay.
Yep.
And it should work with Apple. It should work with the fucking finicky Macs, because I know I had to buy a special audio interface just to be able to do this, even though I had I had a streaming mixer, but it wouldn't work to like go live and shit. So do we know if it's gonna be fucked up? It's probably gonna be fucked up, huh?
I don't know. The only person I know who has this mixer right now is the Boiler Kitchen, Special Ed. Yes, and he said that he updated his firmware, but I haven't got an update from him yet. But this broadcast mode, like this, should be in all DJ mixers going forward and controllers.
Agree. I don't understand. And to your point, it should. With knowing that you can use the mixer as a sound card on an S9, 11, or 7, or an NX2, or a V10, right? It's probably just a firmware update away.
Yep, it absolutely is. And so we shall see, But honestly, like my configuration probably won't change because of it at this point, because I've already got an audio interface in the line of things, and it's functional. And the old "if it ain't broke" kind of statement, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm gonna play around with this now, because now I feel like I could get in the S9 utility and assign recording channels. But this might be a pipe dream. I'll come back next week.
In order for you to use the S9 as an audio interface, you have to go into the audio MIDI utility and use a third-party aggregator, which is like those things like Soundflower and those kind of things.
So does this still
SpinStream was the other one that was pretty popular.
And the other thing I see too, so this is something I always kind of counter with the S9, is if you have the S9 on before you fire up Windows, what happens is it will no longer work in Rekordbox, and you usually have to power cycle the S9, because back to what we're saying, the S9 gets taken over by Windows and becomes the sound card, and then that channel, that USB channel, is now locked, and obviously Rekordbox can no longer use it as a DVS controller. So I don't know. That's cool. I just kind of spitting stuff out, interesting ideas. And I'm wondering if you get that software like that, what you're saying is probably the same deal. No DVS.
Right.
We'll see.
Airstrike makes a good point, man. Denon is smashing it lately. If you look at In Music as a company, that's both Denon and Rain. They're the same company, right? If you look at both of them as a combined Captain Planet, so to speak, they're going heads up with Pioneer in the last 12 months, big time.
I agree.
And they've been really attentive to the changing times that in the way that we're delivering our music. And so I'm definitely tipping my hat to In Music right now, as somebody who's fully in the Pioneer ecosystem. I mean, all the way down to like
Same
using
here.
Rekordbox DJ as my DVS, which is
I'm
kind
one
of a
those
rare
people,
thing.
though, man.
Right.
Smart, big time with the Denon, right? What you're saying there is, I hope that one day we're all discussing them as an equal thing, all right? And it comes down to what operating system do you prefer? Like, what do you like on your platter? What do you like? How do you dislike the information presented to you, and nothing else, right? Hardware-wise, they're equally as reliable, and everybody's just confident in the platform, and you just picking like Serato, Rekordbox, same thing.
Yeah.
Right. The only reason, like Jestrock says, is new DVS and going Rekordbox. Not a bad choice, especially if you're doing drum and bass or electronic-based music. The number one reason I use Rekordbox DJ as my DVS is not because I think it's better than Serato. The number one reason I use Rekordbox DJ as my DVS is because I have multiple environments that I could be DJing in. We got a raid. What up, Current Draw? How you doing? Thanks for the raid. What up, y'all? Depending on the environment I'm DJing in, I could be using a controller. I could be using my turntables. I could be using CDJs with a USB stick, not even using my laptop at all, right? And in all of these different environments, I want to be able to draw from the same library. And I can't do that with Serato. Serato is like I can't walk up to a pair of CDJs with my Serato library and they're like, well, we're only using USB sticks. I'm like, well, I'm ass out, right?
Right. This is the argument I always made. Same thing, man. When you convinced me to go over to Rekordbox, same problem. I was going out playing the clubs and everything. 2Ks, Pioneer ecosystem. No matter where you're going, Pioneer ecosystem.
Right. And also to further draw that out even more, a lot of times, like say it's a drum and bass set, those gigs are like an hour and a half most, right? 2 hours if it's like you and the homies, right?
Yeah.
And so there's no reason to bring 50,000 drum and bass tunes on a laptop to a gig like that. You know what I mean? Like you're going to show up with your USB sticks and a pair of headphones because you don't need more than literally like, you know, a record box full of music, right? That's all we've ever really needed. And so so that's the reason why I use Rekordbox DJ as a DVS, because I also use it for everything else. I have controller situations, USB stick situations, and it's all from the same library. So
back on the controller thing too, almost always again with the ecosystem, almost all the controllers I've encountered have been Pioneer based. And that was the other kind of decider, is you would almost always wind up going into somebody's, if they had a controller, it'd be Pioneer based, Rekordbox controlled, and then you'd feed your Serato library up there and you'd be able to read your tracks, but it completely ruined the Serato library on the USB stick.
Yeah.
And then you go back and
I just plug my box into fucking everything. I bring my box.
the SL4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, now it's a little Denon thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't made one.
Thing, right?
Yep.
Same shit. It was the SL3 before that, but I just learned to be like the master at plugging in shit. People be like, oh, I don't know what you're doing with it, and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Just let me plug my shit in.
Yeah.
And I'm an internet hoarder. I just have to have all my shit with me all the time, just in case. That's just me though.
Gotta have all the media.
Yeah, but if if you're starting out or you're just like moving over to digital or whatever, your method makes a lot of fucking sense, and I get that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not anti-Serato. I mean, I love Serato. I think that the application is dope. I think that the way that they develop it is dope. And honestly, I was one of the advocates of them moving past the Scratch Live architecture and moving into the Serato DJ and ultimately Serato DJ Pro. And so, no qualms with Serato at all. Spire was asking a second ago, how's Rekordbox for scratching? I mean, I'm no Qbert, obviously, but it's fine. I mean, it does what I expect it to do, right? Like, I mean, it's great. But I did not find Scratch Live meh either in the same respect though, Spire. Because your full question was, how's Rekordbox for scratching? Always thought Scratch Live was meh.
I don't feel like it's good. The latency is too much.
On Scratch Live?
On the Rekordbox.
On Rekordbox DJ? I've never had a problem.
Scratch Live?
I've never had a problem with the scratching on mine. And it works for me. I do have like a fucking rock star ass laptop running it though, so that might be a part of it. It's like a fucking killer ass MacBook Pro that I actually use for music production, but it's doubling as a DJ book now. And so it's like way overkill. It's like a Mack truck hauling a Twinkie. It makes no sense. Like, let's see. So you use Rekordbox Cloud feature with the Nas. So my Nas, he's talking about not the rapper, but he's talking about a network area storage device. And my network area storage device is my duplicate and triplicate backups. I don't use the Nas as the cloud source. My cloud source is actually Dropbox, and I'm using the Rekordbox Cloud feature with Dropbox, and that way I can do things like update my cue points and stuff from my phone on the throne, and then walk back over to my laptop, and it's good to go. It's already there. It's actually really nice, really nice because.
So it's local and it's local based though, right? Reads local storage, and then when you have an internet connection, it syncs everything between the two.
You have a little cloud icon next to the media so that you can download it from the cloud.
Gotcha.
Yep. And it's super awesome because I don't know about a lot of you, but I was like fully in the Apple juice until 12 months ago. I was like solely Apple products until I started streaming basically. And then I bought this PC that I'm looking at right now, and I've introduced like this. Yeah,
that was amazing.
You couldn't have timed that
any better.
Beautiful timing. Beautiful timing.
He's dropping the cue point.
Oscar level or Emmy level production, folks. And so in the last year, basically, it's coming up on a year in March. In the last year, it was. I started using a PC and I introduced, a cross-platform kind of multiple operating systems in my local network. And I had to come up with these like file sharing things and stuff like that. And I figured it all out. It wasn't that difficult. But one thing that I liked to do was, since I'm working on my desktop at a desk, is I liked to organize my music while sitting at the desk a lot lately. And so it's pretty dope. Like I can launch Rekordbox on my PC, do all of the like preparations and all that good stuff, and then walk right over to my laptop and everything is updated, right? And that's pretty slick. We got a raid.
Yep.
What up, Current Draw? I shouted out Current Draw. How you doing, Entity? Big up, Funk KVG. I was talking to you earlier.
Hey, Entity. Big up, man.
Exclamation point Zoom if you guys want to jump in this conversation. In fact, I'll help you out. What's happening, y'all? We're just talking shop. It's a great day. It's a good day.
It is a great day of all new gear, all new stuff.
All new stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's an awesome day. He was talking about a Nas raid. Yes, it's like a little mini raid array. There's three
RAID
drives.
1, 10, or 0, right?
There's actually two drives in it right now, and
it was a RAID of 0. No.
Aiden Scott, get in here. It was
Aiden.
And so basically, my laptop library, which is my most important library for me right now, because it's got all my music that I've been making on it, and it's just like the machine that my primary machine. That laptop is backed up in triplicate, using the network area storage, and I'm using something. It's pretty awesome, actually. I love it. Spire says there was a 4-bay RAID enclosure.
I have one of those. Hold up. I can go grab it. A Drobo.
$40 is probably not good.
Yeah, no.
$40, that'd be rough.
Uh,
Appreciate that, Aiden Scott. All good. Enjoy your dinner. Pagan D&B, what up? Funk Heavy G, what up? Appreciate y'all.
He's not gonna get on and cook tonight, huh? Is that what he's saying? I see.
Yeah, the 4-bit ones are expensive, Brad Fink says.
Yeah, I got a 1-bay one that was like still $200. It was a Synology, which is a good brand.
Dope. Got it.
Just a 5 terabyte spinner in it.
This is a Raid 2, the one I had. The Brad Fink got it for me. Big up Brad Fink. He's the homie, man. Brad Fink's a huge supporter of this fucking channel. You have no idea.
Yeah, he is, man.
He's awesome. Let's cut to the mustard. Let me get it up here. Where's it at? Okay.
Mustard.
Why are we cutting to the mustard? Where the mayo at?
Where the mayo at? Let's see. Where's it at? Actually, no. This one looks kind of cool too. Let's watch this real quick. This looks pretty badass. How long is this video?
All right, I am back. Ready to go.
So this will be like our. Oh, this is way too long. Okay, never mind. Way too long. We're not going to sit here and watch that. What's this one? I'm literally going through the gear that I liked, and I want to share it with y'all. Oh, this looks sick. Okay, check this out. This looks like some way overkill, but I'm totally down. All right, check this out. Let's move us. Where can we move us? Let's move us down here.
Oh, it's a Korg product.
So Korg. VR takes music produce. Korg Gadget VR takes music producing from the studio into the headset. This is a Korg Gadget app. It's VR. It's a VR DAW, a VR DAW.
That is crazy.
Look at that shit, dude. So you put on your headset.
Oh shit.
I am 100% fucking down with this, dude. Let's
That's amazing,
go.
That too.
That's kind of cool.
Damn.
Let's
Hey,
go.
and when you get
Oh, look at that
frustrated-
shit. Look at that shit. Oh, look at that.
When you get frustrated and take it out on something, it's not expensive. This is amazing.
I am so down with the.
can you change the nationality of the
Sorry
hands?
to hear that.
Dude, bring me the making music in the Oasis. I'm so fucking down, dude.
Have you guys seen the virtual DJ sets though?
Oh yeah, totally. I've been seeing the like the CDJ looking stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
This is on another.
I
This is
get
full
that.
on music production though, dude.
Yeah,
Like
that's
this
a
is
different level.
But the other one looks fun.
that. Yeah, totally. That is unreal. The oscillator. Oh my god, dude. The oscilloscope. It's so good. Yeah, I would have a good time with that.
Coming up.
They got the FL Studio piano roll loaded up.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they're good to go, dude. Look at that shit, dude. That's good. That's money.
That's tight.
That is pretty cool.
Only
Yeah.
$3,000.
Yeah, there's no price on it. There's no price on
It's a
it.
subscription.
But here it is. It's okay. So first of
100 a
all, you
month.
got to have the hardware for it. So you're
Right.
talking about, like a $300, at least a $300 headset, right? But then how much is the app? I don't know. I mean, usually these apps are like $300-400, right? For a DAW. So for this, I'd say maybe $600 or $700, just because they're flexing on some VR shit. But I don't know. You know what I mean? What's the
Oculus
price point on this kind of
Rift.
shit?
So you got to make a hardware investment too, right? Yep. So
It's super crazy though. I'm down for some VR music production.
Yeah.
It would be dope if you ran a studio and like you brought your clients in, you're like, all right, put this on. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this. Like,
dude,
and everyone's
here's next level, man.
It's next level, right? Like, think about it, dude.
The video game bars, man. You just have a music producer bar now.
You
so
know,
everybody shows up and just
dude.
produces music in your little.
You know what's gonna happen. We're gonna see fucking T-Pain doing this shit on his stream in like 2 weeks, dude. He's gonna be fucking. Have you guys watched his stream? By the way, his stream's fucking hilarious. But especially like after he's been drinking for a while. It's super funny. Like if you uptime and it's like if his uptime is less than 2 hours, like give it another hour and then it's full on T-Pain. And if you even if you don't like his music, it's the show is fucking hilarious. And like I could see that him doing that on his stream, trying to produce music in a VR environment. That'd be fucking hilarious. Would watch. Can you add a virtual Doc Scott to the studio? Right, your own like mega super engineer to sit at the desk with you. That'd be fucking incredible.
You got a Timberland DLC.
Right? The Timberland DLC, right? That'd be amazing. Would buy. Absolutely. Ashley Nonstop, how you doing? It's day Umero Uno. Umero Uno. How you doing? Mike Airstrike in it. I would ask Mike Airstrike to get in the Zoom. He won't do it. But I love him though. Love you, bro. Funk KBG, what up? Man Like Deep in it. In it.
What's up, Man Like Deep?
That was the double in it. Let's see. What else is on my list here of funny shit? No, actually, let's get to the good shit. Okay, here's another thing.
Oh.
This is just more of an announcement. I'm not even going to bring up the link. Cubase and Innuendo, Cubase version 11 was announced at NAMM this year. So if you're a Cubase user, I know a few of you are, especially some of the Brits out there, they're still using Cubase a lot. Cubase 11 is out. I'm not a Cubase user, but I'm sure it's pretty dope.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen that program.
I know a lot of my homies still use it.
It was really good back in the day.
There's some dope synths that are out right now. I'm not going to bug you with the synths, but there's some really dope modular stuff and dope synthesizers that came out. Here's something for the mobile jocks. Let's bring this up for the mobile jocks. Let's see how long this is. This is way too long. Never mind. The Mackie recently released a new line of speakers for the mobile jocks. It's called the SRT series. And the SRT series is the middle line between the Mackie Thump and the Mackie SR series. And so the SRT sits in the middle.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, let's bring it up. Let's see here. I had it up on my screen. I unclosed it. Let's see.
Does anybody know if Mackey's still based out of Washington or do they do everything overseas now?
You know, I'm not sure.
Because they used to have a headquarters. My friend used to work at the headquarters, but I don't think that they do that.
But I'm not sure either.
Are they still their own thing? They weren't like the ones that were bought out or anything, right?
Nope, Mackie's still Mackie.
Right.
And let's take a look at what they got here. In fact, I'm going to close us down for a second. Oops, not that one. Wrong one.
Washington.
That one. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look and see. Let's take a look at this Mackie stuff. No, I don't want to sign up for your email address. Okay, be ready for your next gig. The SRT series powered loudspeakers are designed for real-world performance. The latest acoustic processing technology, powerful amplifiers, ultra-versatile SRT mix control, and SRT Connect app, which is dope. Means easy setup, incredible sound, and unbeatable reliability. Dude, the SRT app is actually pretty sick. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
So it's all what, Bluetooth related from a studio mixer standpoint, or is that what that's what the SRT app is?
Yes, it is. It's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It controls the speakers over Bluetooth, and
nice.
It has the ability to these speakers. Where's it at? Okay, so that's the wrong one.
We don't talk about speakers a lot.
I know.
You got me all excited over here, Billy.
Well, speakers are kind of like, if you want the best speakers, honestly, if you want the best speakers, I'm going to say don't get these. But there's some cool shit with this Bluetooth. So these things, they're able to receive a Bluetooth signal as well, right? And so what's dope about this shit, let me bring us back up onto the screen.
So
What's dope about these the Mackie wireless technology is that, okay, if I say like I have my phone, right? I can pair to the Mackie PA from my phone, and I can wirelessly pair the left and right channels from my phone as well using their app. In other words, you don't have to link the two speakers together, and you can send from one source, and it will wirelessly send the stereo signal across to the to the two speakers, to the two front mains.
Okay,
That's actually really dope. But
Now getting into the
Yeah.
S7 conversation maybe later, with the Bluetooth interface on the front of that and how that pairs.
Right.
So now are you saying you can pair Mackies with an S7?
No, because that's it's not a transmitter. The S7 is a receiver.
A receiver only,
Yeah.
not transmitter.
Right. But the Bluetooth is almost there. Yeah. 5.0 is nice. I do not trust Bluetooth either.
I wouldn't trust them.
I don't trust it. Even
Yeah.
like if you're doing it for like a ceremony
What if
thing,
your
like I feel
phone died? It's all bad.
it's all
You
bad.
can't do nothing.
It's all bad. So
Yeah.
But Mackie's trying to innovate some shit because honestly, like Mackie has, I don't know if y'all remember, but like I want to say like 15 years ago, Mackie was on every mobile DJ had the fucking Mackies on their fucking rigs, right? Like the wedding guys, you always see the fucking Mackies out. These are the Mackies or the JBLs.
Everybody
And-
wants to like,
Yep.
and somewhere along the way, the QSC just fucking went and just dominated the entire speaker line for that level of speaker, the self-powered mobile speaker. And honestly, QSC is still killing it.
Yeah.
KWs, man. Those things are 18 ones,
Yeah.
like the subs. Those
I
things are
actually
solid.
liked the older QSCs when they were building them in the birch cabinets still. I
Yeah.
know that they're heavy as sin.
Oh, they're heavy.
Yeah,
It's all
but
hell.
they sounded a lot better. They QSCs have kind of a tinny tint to them now, in my opinion. They're kind of bright, but they're still loud as shit, and they get the job done.
You know,
PV or EV, word up triple overhead.
Touching back on the
Such
Bluetooth,
a rocker.
I know you were a while back. They had Persona speakers that were actually doing Bluetooth. I don't know to the extent if they were doing the exact same thing as Mackie's doing now, but a sound guy that I used to work with, he had some of those speakers. I never tried it. I only seen him use them a couple times, but he hardwired them, so I never actually seen how they worked. But he mentioned they were Bluetooth, which is something that I hadn't seen before. I mean, other than like a little small, one of those little speakers you get from Costco or something.
Right.
The Radio Shack special.
The flea market ones that light up.
Right.
Not Radio Shack anymore,
More
but it was
like-
the Radio
more
Shack.
like music.
Yeah, hey, I'm all right with that.
So we got some stuff in the chat. First of all, Every Night Junglist says that loves their the EVs. I like the EVs. The EVs are super light, and they
Very
sound
light.
really good.
Very light.
The Mike Airstruck wants to know if the JBLs are any good for mobile rigs. JBLs, they do the trick, man. They're not terrible. They're not the best. I don't even think the QSCs are the best. You guys want to know what I think is the best sounding?
Yamaha.
Yamahas are good. They're pretty loud. What I think is the best sounding mobile DJ speaker right now is the Pioneer XPRS line, because they have the PowerSoft amps in them, and those PowerSoft amps are fucking legit. 2,400 watts, fucking killing it. All the way down to the 10 inches, the 10s, 12s, and the 15s. They all fucking smack, and they sound really, really good. They're not too bright.
I'm not sure about the newer JBL cabinets, but we had those old gray JBL cabinets. Back to what you're saying, Billy, right? Not the best sounding, very flat cabinet, but we drug those things around for 7 years. We'd run them 8 hours a night at 75%, and they would never ever balk at it, and they just continued sounding just JBL-ish.
Right.
but durability wise, I'd back that up all day again. I don't know about the newer
out
ones.
here, the local bars, somebody
But,
sold them
man.
on the fucking Eons, because all the local bars have fucking Eons in the corner and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
that's exactly
JBL,
what we
yeah.
touted for, I don't even know, 8 years worth of gigs, man, everywhere. Drop those things downstairs. God knows what else, man. They had shit dumped all over them. They just go.
Do you know
They don't
what?
care.
Do you know what JBL stands for? Right?
What's that?
Junk but loud.
I'd agree with the sound quality. I can't disagree with the sound quality on that. But I will say, man, we treated those things like crap. And every day, man, plug it in, still working. We went through mixers, God knows how much other equipment, and still at the end of the day, those crappy ass speakers, they'd be on and ready to sound like shit at 8 p.m. Man, you know it.
That's like Shure microphones. You can drop them like 1,000 motherfucking times. Those things they're tanks, dude.
Oh,
They
totally.
straight-
Yeah.
The Nokia
All the paint's
microphone.
wore off of it. It's just like
The
the
Nokia
chrome
of
color and
microphone.
dense. It still works.
Whatever. You can buy a new grill, man. I got a gold one. Like whatever.
It's characteristic. It sounds the same. Doesn't matter.
The RCFs, dude, Joshua Carl, you're not lying. Those RCFs are nice. They're a little bit higher price point, but they are nice. He said, Chuck Bounty Hunter says eons are shit. That's hilarious. Just be loud. Just be lewd.
I love it.
That's what's
I
up.
love it. We would turn that shit up and people would just look at us like, yeah, we know they sound like garbage, but that's all we got. And then it's going to work all night. We brought the other sound system and the amp died. I don't know what you want. Here we go. Bring the JBLs in. They work.
They're not overheating. They're good. We don't have fans in the back of them. They're going to work.
That was the other thing, right? Yeah. How many people here have ever put, we actually used to do this all the time. So they would take wet cloths and put them on top of the amplifier. And like, that would just drive me crazy. And then we blow a fan across the wet cloth to try to keep the amp on.
I used to keep, they had these things that blew up the scenery, like at DNA Lounge, the big stage, you know, they blow up. And when like the monitors would die, I would just blow the fucking blower at the back of the speaker, like work, 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 when the headliners were playing. And I'm like, they're looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'll fix it. Like just blowing the air thing at it, like anything.
Those old Mackie thumps, those were notorious for going thermal really easily. And in Sacramento, outside, it gets to be like 100 degrees for a week straight for parts of the summer. And so if you're trying to do anything outdoors at the park with the homies, or if you have a mobile gig where you're doing something outdoors, I promise you that those speakers, they go thermal almost immediately sometimes. And that was a real big issue with those. I don't think the new ones are like that anymore. But
4 minutes of nerd here. So from an electronics perspective, the MOSFETs in any amplifier circuit, whenever you overheat them the first time, that starts the clock. And then from there on out, it will overheat quicker the second time, the third time, and you're just going down the road from there.
Stop.
Your guys' JBL.
In college, I used to do car stereo amps like nobody's business. I'd encourage people to drop the ohms on their subs, and I'd tell them straight up, yeah, you're gonna get a world record with that for 5 minutes, and then we'll be working on your amp again. But same thing, like all y'all say, you heat an amp up, that's it. The first time you heat an amp up, like in my mind, that's like the ticking time bomb from there. It's only a matter of time for the amp goes.
Dude, your guys' JBL definitions in the chat are fucking hilarious.
They're so good.
Jungle Bus Lane says man like deeps. Jaw Billy Lane says fucking Mike Airstrike. Dude, you guys are fucking hilarious.
Go back up the chat so I can catch some of them.
Chuck the Bounty Hunter says that he loves his Turbo Sound. Turbo Sound recently was purchased by Behringer. And so, and so I'm not sure how good Turbo Sound is going to be in the future, but Turbo Sound out of LA back in the day crushed. So
so they're gonna work for a week and then they're gonna
Music Tribe. Yeah, there you go.
Again.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
They'll rock that venue that first.
Jungle Boomer Life. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
get your money's worth.
Behringer one. I mean, at least you'll get to look like something you recognize.
Dude, them old purple boxes, you know it, man. Dude, seriously, those Turbo Sound purple boxes are recognizable from afar away. Absolutely.
Hey guys, I gotta go because I gotta get ready for my stream, but I love you.
Have a good stream.
Cheers, Corinne.
Later.
See you.
Big up, Corinne.
Yeah.
So I guess I was going to put this question out to Billy or anybody in the chat. Do you know?
Hey, by the way, we're gonna raid Corinne. She doesn't know it. Go ahead.
Do you know if Community is still making really good speakers? And I was trying to think of another one that I used to say. Oh, if Kerwin Vega is still making like decent PAs.
Yeah, Kerwin Vega is still dominating the Latino weddings across California, and they'll probably testify to that. And
they made
then
some great subwoofers for the vehicles back in the day.
Yeah, Kerwin Vega, honestly, they sound like ass. Community is still around. I don't see any news I haven't heard from Community in a while, so I could be wrong on that. Right now, the dominant forces in this space are QSC and Yamaha and JBL.
Yeah.
And Mackey's kind of floating around in there somewhere. And then you've got like your little bit higher level like RCF, which is doing really good. And then if you want to push it, there's stuff like DOS, which are really dope. If like I would put DOS on like what Community used to be. They're high end, and this shit pumps. DAS, Delta Echo Sierra. Hennessy says Every Night Junglist. I agree. Jailbait Limiter. I don't know.
DAS? Hang on. DAS?
DOSaudio.com.
Yep.
Not Echo.
we out here for drum bass. Had the
Yeah, be
DAS
confused,
and
Billy.
they go bad.
Oh,
after a few
Delta
uses.
Alpha.
There it
Sierra.
is. There it is. I was like, wait a minute. What? DES? DAS?
Disc
Let me
operating system.
take another sip from your red cup, Billy. How about you just?
Hey, cheers, my friend. I'll pour to that. Hold up.
DOS boot.
Their audio's sick. L-acoustic, good stuff. Yeah, L-acoustic's dope. If you want really big PA dope shit, not a pun. This is really a true thing. D&B audio is fucking dope. Look up D&B sound systems. That's the truth.
Good.
Yeah. Shouts out to my man Tim Manis, who's rocking a fat D&B sound system.
Dude, Tim's rigged sounds just amazing.
Yep. That's the heat. Chuck the Bounty Hunter says, yes, he knows. There's nothing like those, man. Jesus Buns Lexi. D&B got a huge system in town. Really? That's dope. I'm coming through.
In the chat, Jesus is censored for me. That's crazy.
Oh, really? That's a trip. That's a trip. Shouts out to everyone. If you're just tuning in, I'm sorry. This is DJs Not DJing. We do it every single week. It's National DJ Day. What does that mean? Does anyone know what the fuck that
We're
means?
superstars.
I don't know. There's probably a National Peanut Butter Day. You know
Appreciate
what I'm
us.
saying?
But like,
Appreciate us.
how do you hang headphones on your fucking lawn? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Hey, that's a great idea. Or in the tree in my front yard. I got a few sets, man. Oh, Billy.
How do you
this is all too
celebrate?
late now.
What is the customary way to celebrate National DJ Day?
You get some fake vinyl decorations and just like hang all over your house.
Right?
Like a wreath, like out of headphones, like you said, Billy. A wreath for your door or
Exactly, the wreath.
Like, are you supposed to buy your homie a card? Like, how does that work? Like, hey, happy
I sent you
National
one,
DJ
Billy.
Day.
Drop that, man. They better drop another sticker.
Well, shouts out to all the DJs. I'm not sure when they say DJ if they're including us or if this is about broadcast radio DJ or if it's just like somebody named DJ from Full House. Like, I don't know like what it's supposed to be.
Shout out to Full House.
DJ is a DJ.
Oh yeah, DJ.
Wrong kind of DJ. Nah.
Nice one, Billy. Nice one.
Shout out, Aunt Becky.
Like, if you have any friends whose name is DJ, you should definitely hit them up today and be like, "Yo, happy National DJ Day!" Like, it's your
Shout out today.
That's who I'm looking for.
Still in jail.
I can't breathe. That's great.
I'm about it. Throw records at people's. Yeah, totally, dude. Just frisbee records at fools. Happy National DJ Day. Fucking checking records. Oh man.
Use CDs, save records.
Well,
I find it mind-blowing that it's National DJ Day and we have a new elected president and we can't fucking celebrate it at all.
not at all. And if I remember correctly, in a couple of months, there's also an International DJ Day.
Wait, they're not the same day?
They're not the same day.
Wow.
So wait, an
So us
international
greedy ass
DJ.
Americans, we have our own DJ Day.
I was thinking that more meant like we can't celebrate the international DJ. That means somebody in Europe has to celebrate the day for me, right? Or
Right.
I have to celebrate a
That
European.
means everywhere.
We get
No,
to celebrate.
international means everywhere, including us. Right. No, I believe today is National DJ Day.
So just
Hold
America.
on, let's look it up. National DJ Day. Okay.
So again,
National
we-
DJ
we
Day is
just feel
January
like,
20th.
hey,
Hang
it's
on,
us.
E-Rock, hang on. National DJ Day is January 20th.
All
And
right.
then International DJ Day. Just add the enter. International DJ Day is Tuesday, March 9th. So basically celebrating our 1-year anniversary of COVID lockdown is going to be, which is ironic, the day that we all lost our fucking careers internationally. is going. Yeah, Tuesday, March 9th is International DJ Day, and January 20th is National DJ Day.
I had no idea there was two. That's crazy, man.
We got 2 days, y'all. We got 2 days.
Nice. I'm requesting
I'm good with
those days off.
Your birthday's on March 9th, so International DJ Day, aka Chuck the Bounty Hunter's birthday. That's what's up.
Nice.
I love you, Chuck. I've known
Maybe
that
your
guy.
ASIN records will arrive by then. You never know.
I've known Chuck since like '97.
Really? That's
He used to
dope.
live in a small town called Walla Walla. It's about 2.5 or 3 hours from where I live, and we met through mutual friends. He's super cool guy. Now he lives in California, somewhere like outside of Anaheim, I think. Now, so
Dope.
Shout out, my man.
Big up.
Happy birthday early.
Loved his. He sent me some tunes recently. It's good stuff. Let's see what we got here.
Still making breaks.
Where's it at? What did I just see on the chat? I was gonna see someone. I saw somebody in the chat that said hi, and then it done scrolled right by because you guys are so. What's up, the one like L? How you doing? Appreciate you. Who got? Oh, Deadcord, welcome. I saw you jumping in. Big up. I took the time to find you. I had to scroll back. Y'all are gibbering and jabbering in the chat today.
It's going furious, man.
Sorry.
No, it's awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Big up to
Just-
Deadcord Seattle crew.
Just by legacy. Just by legacy. JBL. Good stuff. Keep them coming. we'll call back to that all.
They're still rolling.
Yeah, all night. Let's see who we got in here. Oh, that's what's up. Noobtastic Gaming just sent me a picture of her wearing the exclamation point bottle shirt. That's dope. Appreciate that. Next up in our lineup of stuff to talk about when it comes to NAMM, the damn NAMM show.
Yankee baseline. I like that.
Let's get it. Oh, let's go to the goods. Okay. So let me bring it up on my screen. This is what all the rage is about, and I don't blame them. Don't blame you, DJs out there, including me.
Ta-da.
Let's move this over here.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
This was announced this week. This is Pioneer DJs DJM S7 2-channel battle mixer. And if you're wondering, hey, didn't Pioneer just put out a battle mixer? You're absolutely right. The S11 just came out a month ago, and the S7 drops today. What this aims to do is to make the S11 Pioneer's flagship battle mixer. And then this S7 becomes the replacement for what was the S9. And it comes in with more features, improved sound quality. I swear they're not paying me to say this. And a cheaper price point. It comes in at $1,400 as opposed to, I think it was like $1,700 when jorts below legs.
Wow.
Exactly what I use those speakers for.
Yeah. Exactly what I use those speakers for. Yo, big up Catch 22. 9 months. We just had our Twitch baby. Appreciate you, brother. 9 months at tier 1. That's the homie. Big up Catch 22. No Use for Anger channel. Somebody shout out No Use for Anger in the chat. Pretty please. That'd be dope.
Awesome homie right there, man. Great friend.
We just had a Twitch baby and it's a junglist. Okay, so this is an article from one of our main sponsors, DJ Tech Tools. Big up DJ Tech Tools for doing good things for this channel. Speaking of DJ Tech Tools, we're actually going to be getting a bunch of this stuff in. Let me bring this up real quick. A bunch of this kind of stuff is coming in to give away. Move me out of the way here. So if you need like fancy cables and caps and stuff like that, the chroma caps and cables, I'm going to start having a bunch of these to give away on the show. Awesome. So stick around for that. It's going to probably happen the next month. That should be dope.
Did you get hooked up with those guys because of the record store, Billy?
DJ Tech Tools, no. I've been friends with one of the guys there, Josh, for a very long time. And he saw what we were doing and thought it was right in line with what they're trying to be as a site. Something very specific, something that is for more of a nerdier audience, kind of, so to speak. And something that is hitting at an intermediate to advanced level on purpose. And so they respected what we were doing. And so, yeah, they're absolutely been helpful in keeping this thing alive. I'll tell you that much.
Shouts to them, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoy their site too, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good reads.
It started as a joke because I was given shit to my homie who watches this show. One of the cats from DJ Tech Tools obviously is watching this show, right?
Right.
And Josh was watching an episode. Let me bring it back to the Zoom real quick. Josh was watching an episode, and I pulled up DJ Tech Tools as a reference, like a resource, like just like I did now. And I said, yo, we're going to go over to DJ Tech Tools. They're not paying me to bring this on the screen, but they absolutely can. And he thought that was fucking hilarious, right? Like, he was like, so any case.
I'm sorry. I was getting confused between them and the Sacramento Music Exchange. I'm sorry.
The Sacramento Tech Exchange, also
Exchange, sorry.
great people. Big up Simon Apex, and big up Lindsay, and big up everybody at the Tech Exchange. We have serious sponsorship from them as well. They have literally kept the lights on here in more ways than one. They built the PCs plural that I'm using right now. And they are outstanding shop. I like to say they're like a combination of what Guitar Center used to be and what Radio Shack used to be. Because they sell pro DJ gear. They're going to sell this mixer as soon as it comes in. They sell pro DJ gear, and they also sell computers and laptops and shit like that too. And they also have a repair shop in the back, so they can fix your computer, fix your DJ gear, shit like that. So they're like the ultimate, right? And we're lucky to have them here in town. And big up Simon Apex, also rave legend, for those that don't know. And they are huge supporters of this channel. Getting back on track, the S11 seemed more of like a direct shot at the Rain 72 rather than an update to the DJM S9. Many DJs wanted a simpler, more affordable version of the S9 and have been waiting patiently. That's exactly what this is. And I think that this is actually going to outsell the S11. I can see a lot more DJs buying this mixer instead of the S11. S11 coming in at $2,200.
Right.
And this one coming in at
under the S9, right?
$1,400.
$1,400?
Yeah. And so
my thoughts on this is exactly what you're saying, right? I mean, the first thing you see, I'm in the S11, S9, S7 group now, and Facebook, a few other places forum wise, and they all said the same thing, right? This is a great, got rid of the screen. So much more interested because the screen's gone. Some of those guys just didn't want all that extra stuff, right? They just want a mixer. They want to put some turntables next to it.
The thing about the screen, and it's not the screen itself, it's the functionality that's in the screen menus that I really like. And it's not the chaos pad shit, and it's not the waveforms, even though that's what everybody's trying. You guys are killing me. Jesus Buns Lexi.
I don't think you should repeat what Digital said.
I probably won't. I didn't see it. I scrolled past. I didn't see it.
For the best. For the best.
I don't see everything in the chat. I try. If anybody's saying something and I missed it, I apologize. I try to see it. But the getting back on track, the thing I like about the screen on the S11 isn't the waveforms. I don't care about the waveforms. I don't care about the chaos pads. It's a cool gimmick. Like, yeah, you go to one corner and it's like a high pass with the echo, and you go the other way, it's a high pass, it's a low pass with the echo, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, reverb, whatever you're doing. Like, it's cool. It's a cool gimmick. I never really got into chaos pad like stuff anyways, right? But there are a couple of functions, and I'm looking at this mixer right now, and I don't see those functions on this mixer. and that bugs me. And the two functions that I want, and you could probably map one of them, but you cannot map the other. The two functions that I want are, one, it needs an INT toggle. I need to be able to toggle to internal mode and then back to relative mode so I can clean my fucking needle and bring the needle back to the beginning without having to touch my laptop.
Right.
Like, I want to just press the internal button, clean the needle.
They got rid of that on this?
There's no there's no internal button. There never was. There wasn't one on the S9 either. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Oh, I was gonna say, so you can just MIDI map it. Don't forget that.
I was just gonna say then that's the one that you can MIDI map, but the one that you cannot MIDI map in Rekordbox DJ. I don't know about Serato. Maybe in Serato you can, but I think Serato, this is still an exclusive feature, is the silent cue feature. And silent cue, that's only been around for a couple of years, but I've actually come to use it quite a bit lately. And the way that silent cue works is you can leave the turntable active and running and playing, and you press silent cue and it mutes the output on that channel. You can have the fader up, it's fucking muted, right? It says mute on the software, okay? And then all you need to do is press a cue point on whatever cue point you have set, and it'll jump immediately to that cue point and play at full speed because the needle's already going and the turntable's already going. So there's no and the way when it comes in handy for me is when you want to punch things in like you would with a controller or a CDJ, because when you press
like the cue button,
right,
like the
cue button on a CDJ, but when you press the power, when you press it, it's playing. It's not cue and then let go and it stops. It's like you press it and it's fully playing. Right now, it's hard to explain the benefit of that in words. But if anybody, like turntablists have been doing this in their routines for years. And what they did in the past was they had to set a loop at the end of the track that is silence. And they would run that loop in silence and until they needed a point where they could punch in the part that they wanted, and then they would punch to the cue point and start from full speed. And what this does is this automatically does it just by the press of a button. It's called Silent Cue is the name of the feature. And I use silent cue all the fucking time, and mostly it's for when I want to punch things in, and I could still scratch things in. I can still, you're up with the hand at the same time, make sure it's on beat. Like there's all that. It's all well and good, but when you're moving fast, having that, just being able to hit cue point one and it's fucking running, like it's awesome. And so the silent cue feature is not mappable, and it's only on the screen and on the S11. And so my screen is in the section always that has the silent cue ready to go no matter what.
Where is this sucker on the S9?
It's not on the S9.
So what were you doing prior to the 11?
Using the DJs XP1.
Oh, that's right. So you were using that's right, because you were on the TTM56.
Right, and the XP1 has silent cue and internal buttons. It has both.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to look this up more. Very interested. Oh, he's ditched us. Now what are we gonna do, guys? The host isn't here. I've got no content. I've got no content.
More JDO. Let's explore the birth of the Dowley Whipple.
Oh, wait, he's back. Hang on.
Okay, so
we were entertaining ourselves, Billy.
You're fine. So this is the layout that I was kind of expecting on, generally speaking, on the S11, right? And I know it's kind of hard to read, and there's a lot of reflection because of my screen and whatnot. But
I don't know why they always do that high gloss.
Right here is an internal button, INT. You press it, it goes to internal. You press it again, it goes off. There's both channels, one for each channel, right there and right there.
Right.
And then right here is a silent cue button for both sides. You got silent cue and silent cue. I was half expecting, since they've already had this for fucking years, I was half expecting the S11 and the S7's layout, aside from the 16, obviously it'd be 4 or 8 per side instead of 16 per side. So think about it like me. Let me cut it off here on the camera. So like that, something like that, right? And it's not that. And so like I was a little bit disappointed that there's no internal mode and silent cue buttons on the S11.
I can't even. What did I re-mini map for that? So the parameter buttons. So parameter 1 on each side, those little parameter buttons above the cues on the S9, I remapped those, and those are just like left side and right side for absolute, relative, and internal mode.
Right.
And
That's what I did. Yes, I did MIDI remap the S9, and I remapped the S11 as well. I remapped the S11 to do two things. One, you can do what's called the INT toggle, so it toggles it on and off. And then the other thing I mapped is actually a transport button, just to be able to press play or stop.
Nice.
Did you guys know that you can actually map not just an internal button, but emergency internal button? And what it does is no matter what's happening with your vinyl, your CDJ, it goes to internal mode and puts it at 0 pitch. So if like you're in the middle of a garbled record because there's dust or, you know, or somebody hit it or some girl is like scratching, you know, because she came up. If I forget the command, it might be Command Shift F2 or and F8. I'd have to look it up. I haven't used it in like almost a decade. But no matter what happens, it's basically the oh shit. And it automatically puts that tech in internal mode at 0.
Well, sometimes when the needle is fucked, right, and the signal gets degraded, if you hit internal mode, whatever it picks up at that instant that you press internal mode is the setting you're going to get. So if it's like negative 100 pitch, you're going to get this like fucked off thing, you know what I mean, at that instant. And so like, you
guys are bringing up horrible club nights. Horrible club nights.
Yeah. I had that. Do you guys know what we were doing for the silent cue before silent cue?
I was saying it earlier, at the end of the track or the beginning of the track where there is silence, you create a loop and then just loop that, and then you would hit the silent cue when you needed to.
Yeah.
That's a turntablist workflow trick that's been around for DVS for a while.
That was one of the first things I learned.
Yep.
And that was in the 4 or 5 cue point days.
Yep. And it's always been a super handy feature, and having just a silent cue button is legit. Like, and I was super upset that they buried it in the digital menu of the S11 and that it's non-existent in the S7, because those are fucking DVS mixers, right? Like, people who are going to be using these mixers or battle mixers, is more than likely going to be a turntable connected to these fucking mixers, right? So why not have an internal button and a silent cue button like native on these things? That doesn't make sense to me at all. They missed the mark on that one, in my opinion.
That was one of the great things about the 72 is that they opened up the mapping for those parameter buttons. So a lot of people elected to map them to like instant doubles, pitch time on and off, or silent cue. Some people even remap the cue button, the actual like headphone cue buttons, to silent cue.
Rekordbox is fully remappable. It looks like a DAW layout. And it's actually kind of confusing to somebody who's never used a MIDI mapping before. It's not as easy as the Serato Learn, you know what I mean? But the it's crazy. Like the MIDI mapping on Rekordbox is like super deep. It trips me out. But for some reason, I looked all through every single menu, and I have messages on the forums that have not been replied. I can't find the silent cue function in the MIDI mappable features. The only place that I see it is in the screen on MIDI section 2, MIDI section B. And I can't find it anywhere in the MIDI assignable sections. But I did reassign a few of the buttons on the S11 because I needed an internal button. That's a given. Like, I think I even did that with the S9 on the parameter buttons. I needed to be able to switch between internal and relative mode without having to reach over to my computer and change it that way. And then obviously or reach over to my computer and either click it or do the key command. You know what I mean? What is the key command in Serato for that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. What do you usually do? Just press internal to clean your needle, or
Yeah.
Hey Billy, I'm just gonna put a link up in the chat here on regards to silent cue in the S9. I just think that's pretty funny. That was a long time ago though. No, it wasn't actually. October 4th, 2020. So I was looking at somebody who posted, is there a way to enable the silent cue function with this mixture? And then the Pioneer response to that is hilarious. And then somebody replied with, think about going back to Serato. Oof. Oof.
Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, let me bring this up. This is really good. Let's look at this. Okay, so it says, I have some questions regarding MIDI mapping of the S9 Rekordbox. Is it possible, or is this for the silent cue? And it says okay. So one, is it possible to reassign the function of the pad mode selectors as I prefer and change the light color of them? Which it is. Two, can I assign pad effects, DHX? This is all like how-to questions, right? I understand that. But then the answer is the forums are a community support avenue, and occasionally some posts are missed. For quicker and full technical support, we encourage users to file an inquiry ticket. That was their response.
That's Pioneer for you.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
The guy's answer down there. Pioneer sucks at answering DVS questions. Go back to Serato. Dang.
The DVS has been solid as fuck for me, but it's not like.
Hey, I'm a supporter of it too, man. I really am.
It's not that difficult, honestly, and it's just as intuitive as Serato. Everything's in the same damn place. It's not that difficult.
Of the three, the only one that really
Bun
kicked
Serato
my
though,
butt
deep.
was Tractor. Tractor kicked my butt so bad, and I just could never get comfortable with it. Or the Z1. I had the Z1 for a little while. That was not fun.
Big up Triple Overhead. Appreciate you. Let's see who else we got in here. Man Like Deep's in it. Disco Kitty's in it. Jess Truck's in it. That's what's up.
Yep.
Digital Napes, what up?
So back to the S7, my friend. Some of the stuff Cleveland Terry did at the very end of that video. Some of the features he did where he was, he had MIDI assigned a few things, and then he brought the samples in over the top, and he was cutting things over. So he had his Cleveland Terry sample cutting in and out over the top while he was changing channels, and he had
that's called
he was
Scratch
doing
Bank.
that all. Yeah, he was doing that all via the Scratch Banks. That was really, really neat. I really enjoyed some of the features that he was highlighting towards the end of that video.
Yeah, Scratch Bank looks cool. You can actually enable Scratch Bank for all of the rain stuff now too, because it's a software feature.
Right.
And so that's not anything that's exclusive to the S7 per se, but the Scratch Bank feature that was added in Serato is pretty dope. Basically, what it does is you can program your own little personal battle record with like 8 cues, and what it'll do is it'll immediately jump to that cue, and you can scratch away, and then when you're done, you can make it jump right back to the song that was playing, or jump to the song that you were going to play, and it's basically a quick way of the idea of taking the record off, putting on a battle record, scratching real quick, taking the record off, and putting the old record back on. You know what I mean? Like that whole workflow, digitally or analog, however you want to envision it. Scratch Bank is trying to narrow that down. Another thing. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. It's really hard. There's an avatar that's just stuck on doing the worm. And it's been there for like quite a little while now. People are calling it out in the chat. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
I'd say it. Is that Hitler?
I don't know. He's just stuck in the middle.
It's Spire. And yeah, Spire with a mustache, and he's just there doing the worm.
I couldn't see the juggernaut was in front. I couldn't see the face.
Let's see if we can start a dance
sorry
party.
to interrupt.
The question on the as I understand it, I could be wrong here, on this Pioneer gear, when you load your track to the scratch deck, the track you were playing moves to like either like say deck 3 or a remix deck, or it ejects it.
I don't know.
Is it a remix deck?
I think it sends it. See, that was one of the things I thought, because on the rain gear, it doesn't. It's just actually like, it's almost like having a quick deck. So it just dumps out of, like Billy just said, it dumps out of what you're playing. You cut, you hit shift and a button, and it brings the other record back.
I think that it's not Rain or Pioneer. I think it's not Rain or Pioneer. I think that's a Serato versus Record Box thing.
Okay.
I think it's that's a software thing. So the Rain and this Pioneer will behave the same way in respect to that if you're using Serato, but if you're using Record Box, it's a little bit differently. And Record Box, honestly, with the new Pioneer gear, I've been a little bit disappointed. I'm learning more about that as E-Rock and I were talking about that.
E-Rock keeps complaining about it. No, I will say, Josh, that something I noticed in Cleveland Terry's video is he mixed between 2 tracks, right? And so he had his Cleveland Terry sample that he was doing, and he had layered effects on. So it wasn't effects, but it was like a mute trigger and some other things on the mixer, right? And then, but he brought that across a mix, so it was both decks. So it started over Meow, and then he had some trickery going on with the beats, and then he brought a record in on top of that, and brought that same idea over to the next deck and injected it over here. Now, I cannot think if there was either was it overlapped or there was a cut between the two, i.e. did he have to come over this channel, then bring it back in and do some more,
Right.
or did he continue it through the process? Like, I'd have to watch the video again, but
they
it
were
was kind of neat to
pushing.
see.
They were pushing that idea about 2 years ago about instead of instant doubling to the other deck, instant doubling to your sample player banks.
Right.
Because the sample player banks will actually stay in sync. So I messed with it when it first happened. So instead of instant doubling over, I'd say I'd take an acapella out, one that flipped at the first verse, instant double that to the remix deck or the sample player deck, and then that freed up the two decks to drop instrumentals on. And I've seen that, and now they added the sample player like trigger on the toggles. So you can arguably have 3 and 4 different elements, if not even more, kind of all going at once, but you still only have 2. I feel like if that was a 4-channel mixer, it'd be a wrap. 4 toggles, 16 buttons or something like that. Not 16. That'd be 32 buttons. That'd be fucking crazy. You get lost.
It's cool when you pull it off, but when things go awry and you get lost and you're trying to find where the hell the problem is. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. It's the same as triple or quad deck mixing too. It's like it works all out until there's a problem, and then it's like, well, shit.
What's up, Cantos? Yo, 8 months at tier 1. Appreciate that, brother. Cantos is what the hell my name is crew out of Sacramento. Rave legends. Big up, my man. Appreciate you. Stitchy Jones throwing in 210 biddies. Thank you so much, Stitch. Appreciate you.
Where'd he go? He's just here.
He's
on and off. He gave us the eyeball for 2 seconds there in the Zoom.
He's handling business like always.
Yeah.
Fired in the worm again.
Expired.
It's just stuck.
That's just how it goes.
Sometimes you gotta
we
do
should
the
all
worm.
we should all pick that avatar and it's everybody doing the fucking worm.
Hey, hang on a second. Deal.
Spire has 1-5 apparently as well. Gypsy Kid, what up?
You figured out the workaround.
If you guys want to jump in this Zoom call, it's always !Zoom in the chat. Everybody's welcome to come in. We're just talking some shop. We got a little bit of time left. We're talking about the DJM S7 and basically the new gear from NAMM 2021. Believe in Music Week is what they're calling it because there was no NAMM show in Anaheim. They were doing it as a live streamed event, which was really disorganized and weird, to be honest. But it was all right. It was cool. Hang on a second here. There was one thing. Okay, so something else that this thing has that's interesting about the S7 is we were talking about a second ago. It's got Bluetooth.
Yes.
So let me ask you all this: anybody in here who is a bar DJ? Somebody asks you if they can play it from their phone. You know, that answer is no longer no.
Dude,
if you have this
once
mixer.
these people find this out, it's gonna be a fucking shitstorm. They're
I don't have that mixer.
already
No, that's a
like,
different one.
hey, can I play this? No, I don't have a cable. Dudes are pulling out lightning to dual RCA cables. I'm like, do you walk around with? I've had that twice. Somebody pulled out an RCA to a lightning to dual RCA. Like,
I'll go get the stuff to hook it up, man. I'll be right back. Ah, shit.
You know what else?
Really?
Billy Robot makes a good point too. Hackers. One thing that is interesting about this Bluetooth is that there's no encryption and there's no it's not password protected.
And you can't. Can you turn it off?
You could turn it off. I mean, you have control of the volume, but it's open. I mean, you're gonna if you're pairing it with something. Somebody's going to see your DJM S7 Bluetooth being broadcast.
And then paired to it, and then next thing you know...
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to change the channel, because I think it can come through a deck, or it can come through like an aux.
It comes through it's an aux, or you can assign it to a deck, I believe you're right.
Right.
On this picture I'm looking at right now, it's on the back panel. It's a button that says pairing. I can't really. Can I zoom in? Let me see.
You can even assign per channel, so you can assign something to channel 1, something to channel 2 if you wanted, Josh. So you can get pretty nitty gritty with this.
Here we go. Wow. Yes, can y'all see that with my Scummy 720?
Yeah.
So there's the Bluetooth button for pairing.
Channel 3 to 4.
Oh, that's all bad.
And then,
And, it's good intentions. I forget whose video I saw. It might have been no, it wasn't Mojax. I forget who it was, but it's for the loop based scratch practice. There's a lot of apps. That's what it's for.
Totally. Like all the cats that had their portable turntables with the Bluetooth pairing, that's what they use it for. They're running loopers, and they're scratching over. They're going bars. And with this situation, this gives you like a wireless aux, so that you can run your looper. There's literally apps that just play a beat. Right, it's a looper apps, and so you can just run this loop for hours and hours and hours and scratch over and go bars. And so that's totally, I see that application. From a professional standpoint, I see this being not being able to honestly answer no when it comes to, can't you just plug my phone in?
I foresee a firmware update once we're out of COVID. That's all I'm going to say here. I foresee a firmware update once we get out of COVID.
You all remember like when you're playing and a girl starts coming over and she's like reaching for the deck and you have to like smack her hand. There's a whole new realm of smacking hands now. It's when other DJs come in or rappers come in and they sneak up and they're trying to hit that pair button.
Yeah, trying to see the pair button. Yeah, exactly. Yo, we got level 1 hype train running. Appreciate that, Joe.
Hey man, y'all wanna go war drive some people's mixers? That is just ridiculous. All right, that's ridiculous.
Shouts out to my man Dizzy. Yo, big up Schwind. 5 months at tier 1. I got one word for Schwind. In fact, somebody throw it up in the chat right now. That word is BAM. What up, Schwind? Appreciate you, brother.
You're on a hype train, by the way, too.
I see it. I see it. I called it out. Level 1 hype train, 76%.
You did call it
minute
out.
left.
I didn't see that.
Yo, that's right. BAM, B-A-M-B.
Is that the bitch pudding BAM? That's my favorite.
No. So if anybody wants to do the honors, it's totally fine. If not, it's okay. But there's a clip running around of Schwind that's absolutely hilarious, and I'm not going to describe it. You just got to see it to believe it. And it's but he ends it with the word by saying BAM on the microphone. And then the clip ends, and it's fucking hilarious. Any case, big up to everybody in the chat. What's up, your moms? Big up your moms! Yo, your moms has big up your mom's shirts. Hold on, what you got? Hold on, E-Rock, let me pin you up. Give me a second here. It's gonna take me a second.
You got it, man. You tell me when.
All right. There it is.
Boom.
Hilarious.
Oh, nice. That's clever. I like that.
I love it. Your mom's house first. That's dope. What up, Lex? How you doing? Whiskey Fargo, 4 months, killing this hype train. Thank you so much. DJ Zay, subscribing 2 months. What up, Zay? How you doing? Joshua Carl throwing a hundo on it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Gotta keep it going, man.
That's a good luck, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this S7,
sure.
I'm actually like really down with this S7, yo. Like I think that this is going to be the replacement of the S9 in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people are going to be Lexi throwing a hundo on it. Thank you. Darth Liquid throwing a hundo on it. Thank you. I'll get back to the shoutouts in a second. I appreciate everything, yo. I think that this is going to be a lot of DJs are going to jump on this, in my opinion. It falls under that $2,000 mark. And it looks like a solid piece of gear. And for those that don't want to spend the $2,100 or whatever it is for the S11, this, in my opinion, gives you the majority of the features. And you could, like E-Rock was saying earlier, you can map the most important missing feature, which in my opinion would be the internal button. But everything else, good to go. I don't need silent Q. I like silent Q. And I can do the workaround, like Joshua Carl was saying. There's always.
Do you guys think that they are both? I mean, the primary mixer companies are now just focused on making mixers for the style of DJing? Like, are we gonna see any more, like even like the Rain 2015 or like the Allen and Heath? I know Allen Heath doesn't really do DVS mixers per se, but
so like companies who are known for doing the 11-inch battle mixer, do you think they're going to do anything else? I don't know.
Or anybody. I know we had.
You know who doesn't have an 11-inch battle mixer right now is Denon. But why would they want to if Rain is the market, right?
They got Rain and Newmark making those.
Right. So I don't.
Newmark last year was pretty dope.
In the
little
same,
one?
yeah, definitely. In the same light, I don't see, like you're saying, I don't see Rain making their big 4-channel beasts anymore because Denon has got that market, right?
But the thing is there any market except for like the DVS feature-rich high-end and low-end? Like, are we? I'm not saying I don't have an answer. It's a legitimate question. Like, is that the end of that? Are we no longer going to see anything that's not made for a crazy Red Bull set? And I know you make a mixer with the ability to do everything, so you can do the basics too. But I just, it's not a bad thing. I just feel like every mixer now, like when I watched the S7 video, I was just like, most of the guys I know aren't going to touch half of this stuff, if not a quarter.
You're absolutely right.
This is all made for like a Red Bull routine or even a battle routine.
Well, Pioneer is still, and Denon are still making festival stage style mixers that don't have, and currently don't have performance pads, and don't have the latch style effects that are on the S series, I guess you would call this now, and the Rain 50 series. I don't know, 60 series.
Man,
70
I did
series.
not miss that DJM effects knob. Oh my god, that thing was a nightmare for me.
Yeah, we were talking about it last week. Rain really hit it on the head for cats that were using controllers that did not have the option like the S9 style effects. I could see Rain selling a fuck ton of those controllers with the moving platters to the cats that are wanting to do like freestyle type routines.
I'm quite addicted to my
without having to buy
triggers now.
turntables and stuff. What's that?
Those S9s, the S9, 11, 7, the triggers. I absolutely love those from an effects stand. To Josh's point, that like you get on any of the other Pioneer platforms, and from an FX standpoint, it's just horrid without those triggers. I absolutely love those things, man.
One thing that goes away when you take away the old style, I don't want to say old style, but the Nexus style of effects is assignability to the microphone. There's a lot of flexibility. You could do a lot of cool stuff with the mic, with those Nexus style effects, pitch shifting, delays, and reverbs that are like more accurate than the guesstimator that is on the S9. Even the S11 and S7, the mic echo is kind of corny, in my opinion. And the richness of the effects that you get from the effects engine, from the Nexus effects applied to the microphone, sounds dope. Even on other people's other brands, like Newmark has a pretty decent one too. When it starts pitch shifting and stuff like that on the mic, it's fucking cool.
I had a friend that used to bring his EFX 1000 just for his mic.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it uses zip and lock, so he'd zip himself down like 8 octaves and lock it there and get on the mic and just have this like deep God voice.
Love it. We flip it to the deep voice when it's time to open up the pit. Big up to Zay. He says that he loves the Nexus style. I'm not mad at the Nexus style. I have a DJs 1000, and I'm very much used to the Nexus style of effects. And if it comes to like, you know, some of the more utilitarian effects that we use, which would be like an echo out or a reverb out, or things that are like less, more of a mixing tool than an effect. It's not hard to do that on either of those layouts, the Nexus or the Latch, the S9 style. Both work great. Any case, let's see. The hype train is done. Appreciate that. Darth Liquid throwing a hundo. Arano throwing a hundo. Thank you. Darth Liquid throwing another hundo. Lexi throwing another hundo. Whiskey Fargo, 4 months at tier 1. Zay, 2 months at tier 1. Thank you. That's what's up.
I actually got to depart, guys. It's 10. I got a 6 a.m. shift in the morning. Whoop-de-doo.
Big up, E-Rock. Yo, everybody, somebody shout out E-Rock in the chat, please. Appreciate you being here. E-Rock from Dallas,
Always,
Texas.
man. Thank you guys for having me, man. Always
Cheers,
enjoy
brother.
the
Yeah, of
Wednesday
course.
nights. You know it. I'll see you guys
You're-
soon, okay?
Hey, E-Rock, see
Good
you
night,
for
guys.
lunch tomorrow.
Yep. Lunch tomorrow, my friend. I'll make it for sure. See you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
There was something that I wanted to talk about with E-Rock here, and unfortunately, him leaving reminded me that we were going to talk about it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up real quick here, see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay, how long is this video? 4 minutes. Okay.
Hey everyone.
Well, maybe we shouldn't watch all 4 minutes, but there's a video going around about the new CDJs, the CDJ 3000s, and those who are using it with Rekordbox in performance mode. They noticed that a lot of the features got stripped down. Let me bring this video up and we'll give it the skims. That way we can kind of figure this out here.
Everyone, I'm going to do a video today showing you why you should not be running Rekordbox 6.
And that sucks because E-Rock is the only person I
with
think in the chat right now that has
a
the
3000.
your
That's fine.
brand
It's fine.
new CDJ 3000s.
It'd just be nice.
And let's get
but I mean,
ready.
it'll be interesting just to see anything about it because I haven't even touched one. Has anybody else played around on the 3000s at all?
Nope.
Nope. Haven't touched one yet.
Right into it. This side here is hooked up to Rekordbox DJ.
First of all, okay, I want to point something out real quick, and I'm not one to be a bully about anything, but this guy has kind of like a lisp, like slur kind of thing going on.
It's the worst.
Rekordbox
Sorry,
shit.
yeah.
You're like, okay, here you
Your
go.
brand new CDJ 3000. And let's get right into it. This side here is hooked up to Rekordbox DJ. This side here is
You
running
guys
off a
like
USB
coolers?
stick.
Okay.
So, same
All right, y'all,
folder,
I'm done.
more or less, except for a few tracks missing. But like, look, you're gonna see here. That's how that
Always
looks.
enjoy your
You
impressions,
have no touch screen ability
Oh,
to
thanks, man. Yeah.
scroll up and down.
I'm silly.
Over
That's
here,
part of the reason why.
not only can we scroll up
You
and
like
down,
stupid
but we
stuff.
also can see the waveform
thank you.
stripe of the song. And
All right, so let me back it up because y'all are gabbing over it. This is he's got 2 CDJs up. One CDJ is connected to his laptop using Rekordbox DJ in performance mode, and the other one has a USB connected to it. And he's explaining the difference in the way that the menus look based on the Rekordbox performance mode and the CDJ with the USB drive.
you have no touch screen ability to scroll up and down. We're over here. Not only can we scroll up and down, but we also can see the waveform stripe of the song, and you have touch cue. If you don't know what touch cue is, touch cue means when you have your headphones hooked up and you got your cue link adjusted here and turned on, that you can preview the track. Not only can you preview the track there, but if the track's playing and you want to listen in advance, you can scrub through and listen in advance to see where you want to mix in. That is one of the best features of CDJs right there. Not just CDJs, but the new CDJ 3000s, right?
That screen
one of
is
the
so
other things
nice.
we're missing as well, too, as we look over on the performance side with Rekordbox DJ software. I don't see a spot to be able to Rekordbox DJ software. Adjust.
Oh, somebody's monitoring really loud in the Zoom. Someone's got their monitor up really loud in the Zoom.
Not me.
Okay. I won't point fingers. Just let's just bring it out to the whole.
Whether I want to sort by key or whether I want to sort
Got it.
by BPM.
Was it me?
I'll watch it later.
Over here, of course. Right there, I can sort by key. I can sort by BPM.
So right now
also, I've got the
everybody's
ability
hearing the
to
video,
filter to, like, if we're running both USBs on these things, that you can set it all up.
Okay, so here's what he's getting at. I know that this guy is a little bit all over the place with this video, but he's the only video I saw that was covering this. And in fact, it almost inspired me to make my own video if I had the hardware to do it. Basically, what he's saying is that a feature that actually used to be in the older CDJs, the CDJ 2000 Nexus, has been removed in the CDJ 3000 for some reason, and I'm not sure what's going on. The way that it works, and for those of you who are not familiar with it, there's something called HID mode that you can put these CDJs into, okay? And when you're running on HID mode, you can connect to your laptop as almost like it's a controller. It has a more direct connection, and things like functionality from the CDJ becomes available. Like the cue points are now available in the CDJs, and all kinds of other things that that aren't available when you're just trying to use the CDJ as a normal DVS device. Okay, and one of the features that is really awesome is you have the ability to navigate the menus. In the CDJ, you can see your menus on the CDJ itself, like he was showing. You can see your actual library in the CDJ. Now, the issue here is even on the old XDJ 1000s and the XDJ 700s with the touchscreens, when you run HID mode, you still had full functionality of the touchscreen, of the preview, of the sorting, and everything on the CDJ. No matter how you were connected to it, whether it was over HID mode with a USB or in what's called ProLink, you could do it in all three ways and it would behave the same. And now what has happened for some reason is you can only do that in ProLink or over USB. You cannot do it with Rekordbox DJ in performance mode, which is fucking backwards, and it's really just a firmware update that needs to fix that. That's all that is, and I'm not sure if it's an oversight or if it's something that is my guess is that it is an oversight, that they didn't realize that was happening. But yeah, Pioneer needs to sort their shit out for sure. Wow. There's a lot of inconsistencies going on with Pioneer, and it's really upsetting. Somebody who's heavy invested in the Pioneer ecosystem, shit like that is not okay. And also, these new mixers, the S7 and the S11, have USB ports ready for these CDJs to run in HID mode. And another thing that doesn't work is when you're running HID mode with these CDJs, the knobs that are on the actual mixer itself, they do not scroll the library on the CDJs. And that used to work as well. And so, that's weird. Yeah. So there's a weird loss of functionality happening with HID mode and the new CDJ line and the new S7 and S11 line. So I'm not sure what that's about. I'm definitely they're more concerned about Rekordbox as a USB format. That's their main audience. Their main audience for these decks are definitely the festival stage, plugging in a USB, playing for an hour. That's absolutely the main use of this. But it used to have the full versatility, so it makes no sense to me that it would go away.
That's just crazy to think of somebody investing that much money in features that were in a lower model, and you go and pay, I don't know, what's the difference between a 2000 and 3000?
$1,000.
Yeah, $800,
yeah.
$1,000,
right.
and that functionality goes away. I mean, I would think it's hopefully, I don't know, Pioneer's the type of people where they hear complaints and they update their stuff, or I don't know, because I haven't had Pioneer gear in so long, I'm not too sure.
So Zay, you can scroll from the CDJs like he did in the video. You can scroll from the CDJs, but like on a mixer like the S9, the S7, and the S11, they have jog scrolls as well. And what I'm saying is that if everything is connected over HID, those scrolls and load buttons and everything should work on, mostly the scroll knobs should work on that mixer just as much as they work on the CDJ, and they don't. So
you would think they have the same control surface number, so you just have doubles of the.
It'd be redundant, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, ironically, what I would probably do is I'd end up remapping the one on the mixer anyways, because the one on the CDJ would be the one that I would use naturally. But I'm curious to see what Pioneer does with the DVS and the performance side of things, especially after, I mean, they just released 2 fucking mixers that are catering to this market, right? Even though they're mainly Serato centric, they have these USB ports in the back for some kind of HID send. And what are they expecting you to do? Plug in a Rain 12? Because that's the only thing that really makes sense right now.
I've been running 2000 Nexus 2s through my 72 for years, and run HID mode. It's beautiful. I mean, all it is a hub in the back. As long as it's a good hub, it doesn't really matter what you plug in. Now I plug my my phase right into the back of my 72.
Yep, exactly. So if there's USB ports at the back of this Pioneer mixer, and the only options available for it right now are the CDJ 3000s, I would, and the purpose of that USB port being there is for HID mode, or a USB hub, so to speak, right? It doesn't make sense to me that they would make sure that it's fully featured out the door. That just baffles me. And then to have to go back to ProLink would be completely backwards, because then you're totally disabling all of the software effects on that mixer when you have to do that. So that makes no sense to me at all. Also, what is Pioneer doing for an analog solution? Their turntables are vastly in need of an update. I could see those things incorporating a built-in phase type technology, and having a USB port on the back of those things that you can just fucking connect it to the mixer. I don't think I was almost hoping to see that happen at NAMM, and it didn't. But in any case,
I'm surprised Pioneer hasn't bought phase yet. When they were floundering there for a while,
yeah,
I thought for sure they were going to come in and swipe them up.
Oh, you know that what's it called? Accelerometer. The phase is an accelerometer. It's what's built into your phone, so your phone knows if it's been dropped or how fast it fell. And the accelerometer is what is working with the phase. And accelerometer technology in DJing is going to be here to stay. I could see more third parties developing it, absolutely. And the accelerometers are what's in the Rain 12s. And I can see Pioneer doing something with their turntables similar to the Rain 12 maybe, but using that same technology, absolutely. And I was kind of hoping it would be there. Pioneer feels like junk. I'm not mad at the Pioneer turntables, actually. I like the Pioneer turntables. The torque on them is different. If you're somebody who rides the pitch to beat match, as opposed to like being a titty twister and a platter slapper, if you like to ride the pitch actually has like the higher torque. Took me a while to get the coordination down, because it's more responsive than the old 1200. But I actually liked it.
The biggest flaw I found with those is they're lighter, and they didn't put the resonance gasket rubber in it. So I actually got booked in India, and I'm in Mumbai, and this company went out of their way to get turntables, and they hit me up like the day before, like, we can't get turntables. Can you see DJs? I was like, yeah, man, no big deal. The owner of the venue drove like a couple towns away and bought a pair of brand new Pioneer. So when I showed up, they were like cracking the boxes open for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And they put
You're
them
like, you
up
could have just slid that into my check, bro.
I was like, you know what? I would have played on CDJs. You'd have gave me the $1,500. But
right.
But the thing is so we get it set up, and for the first hour, it was early, not a big deal. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna turn it up. I'm like, all right. So they started turning the volume up. Every mix, I had to pick up the turntable and like hold it in the air. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, they don't have the noise reduction that a Techniques does. So they went to the bar, they got the bar, they did the bar mat trick, the strips, put those under the thing. I'm shoving napkins underneath it, all kinds of shit. I'm like, yeah, you can take these back tomorrow. You don't want these in here.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're in a room that is going to feed back, there's no sense in having turntables in there at all. That's kind of like the big plus for the cats that were like all about phase, like Jazzy Jeff and Z Trip and all those guys were like, I love the phase because now when I'm on a stage, it doesn't fuck up when I fucking try to do shit. And like, I totally get that. And that's like one of the biggest benefits. That's what's up. What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing? Spire, what up? Mike Airstrike enjoys the term platter slapper. I just made that up on the fly, dude. You know what I'm talking about, though. I've coming. I mean, oh god, I hate that I just said that. Coming from vinyl, if you touch the platter too much, you can hear the pitch bending when you're mixing, and so that's a very undesirable sound. And so I learned to mix a lot like the techno cats that I grew up with, and they are all about riding that pitch and dialing it into where it needs to be. And I'm all about that's the style that I have still. I've to this day.
My mentor wouldn't touch the record.
Yeah.
He'd hit stop, and when he was ready to start it, he'd do it. He'd bring it back once, let it go, and then he would blend the entire time. And the other trick that he used to do, I could never do it. He'd hold his finger on the 33 and tap the 45.
Oh, for the nudge? That's gangster. Yeah. I haven't seen that in years.
I was like, what's that doing? He's like, it gives it just a little push. He's like, you really got to hit it just right. Of course, the first time I tried, I was like, yeah, that didn't work. The other trick he taught me, and I'm so glad I learned this. He's like, anytime you drag the platter, do it in between kicks. Like if you do it on a kick, you really get the brr, and never, ever, ever, obviously do it over a vocal.
Right.
And that made a huge. That was probably some of the best advice I ever got when I first started out.
Or any
solid. Word up, y'all. Yeah, Triple Overset used the pitch. Spire says if you want to hear an example of the platter pitch bend, hit up his streams. Meta Pattern, 6 months, tier 1. Thank you. KLUV411. Appreciate the follow. Welcome. We do this every single Wednesday. We just have a chit chat. The idea is, those that know me, they know that I was the record store cat. I was the guy on the other side of the counter that kind of scoffed at everything you bought. I thought all the music you bought was trash. And, the record store version of the comic book nerd, right? And so one thing that was awesome about record store days was that we all had this new music day where we would all show up, and all different walks of life, all different genres would come in, and we would have chit chats like this, and we would just talk shop, you know what I mean? Talk about the stuff. And there was always something every week to talk about. And so that's what I'm trying to reproduce here on DJs Not DJing. And I appreciate y'all locking in. Oh, comic book nerd pulls out the fucking Shazam 1.
This is Shazam 2.
Okay.
Shazam 1 is up there.
Oh, okay.
You get a chance to flex the comic book too much.
Appreciate that, Pagan. That's what's up. Sup, Deuce? How you doing? Big up, Deuce. Deuce is the homie. Darth Vader. Did you finish your show?
Is he done?
It's 8:00. Yeah, come in here, dude. Get in here. Gypsy, get in here too. We're rapping. RAPPING, not WR, not yet. We could stick around for a little bit longer.
Ren Lover said, how do I start my Twitch channel and get people to watch? That is the question.
If you know the answer to that, you should start a show and talk about it, because we all want to know that answer.
Actually, more importantly, if you don't know the answer to that, start a show and talk about it, and you might just reach that anyways.
There's a little bit of truth there. Big up to everybody. I already posted the answer, fam. What up? He ain't wrong. It's the truth, dude. Yeah, that's what's up. No, on a real note, welcome. And we don't know the answers to stuff like that. All that I know how to do is try to create the best show possible, and focus on things like camaraderie and friendship and community and all these like kind of corny words that you hear over and over again, but they're real things. If it's successful, it is. If it's not, it's been my therapy. And so for selfish reasons, I love it. And on a selfless standpoint, I think it's absolutely amazing what we have going on here. So big up to all y'all. Seriously. This show wouldn't be what it is if it was just my ass here gabbing to the Stream Elements bot. Trust me, I've been to that show. It's not as fun. I just robot dance, but it doesn't work. You know, the robot dance should be working, man, because that shit is legit. We got Fader. Oh, Fader's in the room. Oh, let me get Fader in here. Word up. Fader's in the room. Darth Vader! Big up your moms! Yes!
What up?
Yo,
What's
appreciate
up,
that
boys?
triple overhead. How you
What's
doing?
going on?
Dude, Darth
What-
Vader in the house.
what-
How was your stream, man? How was your stream, Vader?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, a little slower than I would have liked, but you know, it's ups and downs, man. You know,
What
We
was
ran
it
into
like
this
being in a
weird
shirt
issue.
That's not black.
I love that shirt, by the way.
I did it deliberately because I have so many fucking black shirts.
As do I.
I know.
Yeah, right. So I'm like,
I have no idea what it's like to DJ in a non-black shirt. It's just
So I'm fat.
That's why you
and I
gotta
like,
get some tie dye in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got one. I do have one. I wear that on like my Monday stream because it's like yacht rock, so it's like, you know.
There's
tie-dye
been a
mix.
couple of times like when I'm at a show and like my friend sees me check into the show or whatever, and they're there too, and they're like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm the one in the black T-shirt." It never gets old. We had this
What up,
weird
Brother
issue.
Lion? What up, Gypsy? What up, Man Like Deeps? Hi, everybody. Brooklyn. What up? Sorry.
What
Big Air
up?
Strike, big up. What's up?
We had this weird issue in the beginning of the stream, and I want to know if any of y'all have experienced this before. I was auto hosting my dude Rude Boy Soldier, and normally I just hit start stream and it kicks whoever I'm auto hosting, and it starts streaming. But today, I was streaming and I was literally like 5 minutes into my stream, and there was nobody watching yet. And we had already pre-rolled for 10 minutes, and I started streaming, and we were in the Zoom, we were chatting, and then E-Rock pointed out that like he doesn't see me on the channel right now. He sees the person that I'm auto hosting instead.
Yep.
That happened.
Yep, I've had happen.
Didn't that happen? When did that happen? That happened with somebody else too. That happened today, like because it
happened at the
before.
beginning of the stream. Yeah.
It happened before too. I thought it was. Did it happen on Saturday?
It didn't happen to me. No, it didn't happen to me.
It happened. My conspiracy tinfoil hat wearing brain wants to say that I think Twitch is fucking around with some system and they fucked it up.
Right.
But there's someone I thought I remember seeing something about someone saying that they were hosting and like streaming at the same time, something like that.
I had to actually, and what happened was I looked over at my dashboard, and sure as shit, it says that I'm hosting Rude Boy Soldier, and as soon as I hit the unhost, poof, that we popped onto the screen, and we were all of a sudden on the show.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I always usually unhost anybody anyway. Like right before I'm
gonna do that now.
That's just like a habit for me.
I've just been under the assumption that it kicks them. So like I keep hosting all the way up until I hit start stream, and then my experience is that it kicks them, but it didn't this time. Louis, you were there in the beginning. Louis, yep. it was showing Rude Boy Soldier until all of a sudden it just flipped, right?
No, look, when I came to your channel, usually I come in, see the chat for a second, and then it shows an ad. But the ad, it was the hosting, and I'm like, this is pretty weird. And I came in right after and saw the countdown.
So the ad, the pre-roll ad, it actually, instead of kicking the pre-roll ad, it kicked you to Rude Boy Soldier, and then it just stayed there.
What happened to me tonight is I unhosted someone, and then I closed the window, and then I went back into the creator dashboard, and it rehosted that person.
Because you have them on auto host.
Yeah, so like that to me kind of led me to think that something happened. Well, I told him to unhost. Usually that wouldn't happen until, you know, if it would pick someone else or whatever. But it was like the same streamer and not the only one streaming. So I think there's some kind of, you know, when they try to change something or go to implement something else breaks. So I mean that would be my 2 pennies. But
Pixel Pusher said he had it happen. Okay, had it happened to him at the start of the stream before, and then same thing. As soon as he unhosted, it kicked it right over. It worked. That's a weird fucking issue.
So I as a habit always like before I start streaming, I always say unhost. Then I go in the creator dashboard, set the title, set the alert thing, whatever, blah blah blah, and do all that, and then go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clip this and post it as a short around the social networks as like a bulletin. Part of your workflow should be to unhost your auto host before you hit start stream, or else who knows what kind of havoc it could get. You could get Louis' experience where he started to see the stream, and then instead of kicking it over to a pre-roll, it kicked over to fucking Rude Boy Soldier.
Like getting a live even if like you're getting like a live notification, you click on it, you get a pre-roll down, then you get dumped somewhere else.
Yeah, right. Like what happened?
Fuck.
Shortest stream ever. He already rated out. Like.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's maybe he's like gonna start stream again or what. Like there's all the possibilities of people's thoughts of what could be. You know what I mean?
Mike Airstrike makes a good point. Maybe as a workaround, might have to disable the auto host setting altogether before you hit stream.
Yeah, that seems.
That would be the surefire way to fucking cut it at the source. I definitely.
There's another way to check. If you have your chat up, you'll get the notification in your chat with your go live notification. If you don't, and you have 0 viewers, you need to go fix something. I've had that happen 3 or 4 times actually, where I just went live and I'm sitting there and I'm like 3 or 4 minutes in and not one, like 0 goose egg. And then I'm like, well, what's going on? And then all of a sudden the thing pops up in the chat that my live notification, and then people start rolling in. I'm like, well, what the hell did I do there for 3 minutes?
Right.
I was in friggin' Narnia or something.
Yeah, they put
You know what I did? What I realized, I just realized this today after how long we've been streaming, right? And how long the new version of OBS has come out with like the browser docs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
A little tip and trick for maybe folks, some do's and don'ts of the channel points, if you will. I have been killing myself by like going into my chat or in the creator dashboard and going into the chat, doing the pop out, going down to my little thing where the channel points are, hitting manage thing, opening that up, and then turning on off the things that I want to do for that day, because I have certain things that I want to happen on Fridays for my streams. I have certain things like the mosh pit and like the extra shit, on Wednesdays.
Spire called me out on it earlier. I had the Blizzard off from a previous stream. He's like, "Where'd the Blizzard go?" And I turned it back on for him. Yeah.
So like to get there is like 12 different steps. But what I could do is create a fucking browser doc of that manage fucking channel point rewards and just stash it behind some of the other shit that I've got hidden in OBS on a big ass browser doc anyway. I don't know why I just didn't think about it until literally like I'm little fucking around with it and I'm like on stream because I didn't fucking have to turn one thing on.
Get this. Let me hide our stats here because you guys can see everything. It doesn't matter. This is what you're talking about. So here's the my OBS layout, and then I have this right here.
Oh, so you do have that.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. See, that's exactly why I'm like, dude, I need that.
And it's money because when Spire says, "Hey, the Blizzard isn't working," I just went, "Boom, Blizzard is working." There you go.
Yeah.
That's that. By the way, where are we at right now? Let's celebrate, you guys. Let's see where we're at. 67 views. Thank you so much. 3,282 followers. Nice. Thank you. And wouldn't you know it? Exactly 420 subscribers. Smoke one up to that. Appreciate that, y'all. That's good love.
420 subs, you fucking baller.
That's not a baller, dude. Come on. You know how much money that is. That's not a whole lot of money. It's not replacing gig money, that's for sure.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. But I appreciate the love. The sub love is real. As you can see, the sub love is I've never hit it. We had over 300 subs out the gate at this channel, which is fucking hilarious. And it's literally kept the lights on. You're paying the light bill, y'all. It's super helpful. And there's a lot of fucking lights in here. And yeah. So thank you so much.
I had a $200 electricity bill this month.
Yeah, my electricity bill is off the fucking charts since I started doing this.
I do have giant space, I do have big space heaters in here because it's fucking freezing. But yeah, I got that bill and I was like, oh, I've been unemployed for almost a year.
Come on, stimulus check.
Right. Come on, PPP part 2. Let's see here. All right. What else did I have before we rock out? Speaking of rock out.
What did you guys talk about today?
So we were going over a lot of the new stuff at NAMM.
Yeah.
The main thing that I liked the most was that the Denon mixer has updated their firmware to enable what's called broadcast mode on their master output. And so what you can do is literally plug your mixer, the other USB port that you're not using, into the computer that you're using to stream, and it will be recognized immediately as an audio source. And if you're using the same computer, then you can actually target that audio source as
bring it
yep,
back
it doubles
in.
back exactly
Nice.
as an audio source
That's
in
cool.
OBS. Yeah. So that's something that should be implemented in all hardware. Honestly, it's like taking it a step further than class compliant. And I think that Denon has been innovating, man. Like super excited with Denon's innovation, man. It's been incredible. Yeah, it's been incredible. Their last year has super impressed me. And that's as a pioneer guy. I'm just like, wow, you guys are really listening to your audience, addressing tech issues, making firmware updates that are relevant to, now.
Last year I got around September, not of this fucking COVID year, but the year before, I did like a tri-state DJ expo in like fucking New England. I had like at least 80, 90 DJs stop through this place. Joshua Carl did not come, by the way, just saying. And I went and I had In Music fucking come out and like demo like new gear. They set up like the Prime 4, they set up the Rain 12s. They were like really into like, getting feedback from like all the DJs that we're going to be using. Like the Rain 12s were like fresh out the box. The Prime 4 had been out, but it hasn't got a big enough footprint as it does, kind of now with the guys that want to use and stuff. They seem like super fucking into it to like hear what people had to say. You know what I mean?
I've been upset with not getting that from Pioneer lately. And I would love to be wrong about that. But I've seen it quite a bit in the last couple of years where the support just is like a thin veil. Like, and maybe Pulse will reply to you. Big up Pulse, because I know he's working hard over there to keep the face alive for the DJs out there. But it just seems like there's a lot of rushed stuff happening and a lot of scrambling on the back end once it hits the fan, right? And so far so good with this S11, by the way. I'm totally happy with the S11. But I am
S7
I'm not totally happy with Record Box 6. And I don't know if they're going to address the issues or not, but I'm very vocal in the forums about it. We talked about JBL standing for Junk But Loud.
Fair.
We talked about the new
If
Mackie.
Kenny was here, he'd be talking so much shit.
I know it. We talk about the new Mackies that came out, the SRT line. They're pretty good. They have this Bluetooth connectivity for like a mobile app, so you can do your leveling and everything from your phone, which is cool. Gives you like this kind of front of house thing. Definitely doesn't match the QSC quality still.
I'm still taking like QSC and EV over most things.
QSC and EV are kind of tough. You couldn't compare the two because they're kind of different price points. But I really like EV as far as bang for your buck. I think EV is a really impressive speaker line for mobile DJs.
I would rather use EV. Like I like QSCs for subs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 181 is like the like fucking amazing like sub, the wood cabinet or whatever. As far as like QSCs go with like the tops, they sound, to me they sound awful.
They sound bright to me.
The plastic sound, like it sounds really, really like that. Like I love the EV like wood cabinet.
Well, remember
EV has plastic cabinets like too, but the wood cabinet ones, I go and buy those because like I like the wood cabinet sounding ones just sound so much better to me.
I was just talking about that earlier too. The QSC, the original lines with the birch cabinets, the wood cabinets were legit. And then when they switched to the plastics is when it started sounding tinny and bright. In my opinion, loud as shit, but bright.
You can bump for days, but like the quality of the music just like is way less.
And
you want to see something funny? So this is something my friend and I cooked up. You guys know that the Eons, they made a sub too. So we took an Eon sub, put it on a pole, and put the top on the top. So it's a sub. It's basically the JBL Eon Generation 1 knockoff
column.
Of like the EV or like the
Evolve,
the Evolves. Yo, I bought these in like 1998. I still have them. They still work.
Oh, hey, you know what? I got over here.
QSCs are for corporate AV. I'm not mad at QSC. For mobile gigs, you're absolutely right. I actually, my PA is the Pioneer XPRS rig, and it sounds legit for the tops. I really love the tops, and it does the trick. The I like, and as far as like the junk but louds go, I like the SRX 828, the double 18s. Those things slap.
That thing right there.
The Behringers.
Oh, the Behringers, yeah.
This is the first mobile DJ speaker I ever bought.
But it still works.
And it still fucking works.
Yeah. It sounds like ass, but it's good for a ceremony.
Yeah, that's all. Like that was what I was using for a couple years ago until I got the column speakers.
Yep. Yeah. You got the EV or the column ones.
Yeah, so I have like a pair of 15-inch wood cabinet EVs, and then I have the column array like the Evolves.
The Evolves.
And like so I'll use both of those instead of this thing.
Evolve.
This thing doesn't leave the house anymore. It's fucking heavy.
Evolve.
Yeah, you can tell I haven't gigged in a year trying to lift a 15-inch fucking speaker up and down. I'm like fucking winded.
Yo, that's the booth monitor at every fucking shitty bar I've ever played at.
Oh, you're 100% right. You were 100% right there. The Evolve line got an update this year too. The 30M, the 50, and the 50M, they are all they just got updated as well. I like those little column speakers. I think. Oh, here we go. Let's do a promo video. You guys ready? Let's get a commercial on. Let's get it.
Run an ad?
Well, I'm not gonna run an ad, but you know.
Oh, check it. I got those.
Man, I've been sweating these for a while. These and the RCF versions.
The 50 is great though.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just the weight, you know.
It's got built-in DSP. That's dope.
Yeah. Club setting, live setting, all different kinds of shit.
What would you say they talk about for like a wedding? Wise, like 150 people, 200?
Yeah, I wouldn't, if you're doing 3, 4, you're gonna throw a big bucket.
Live sound.
Yeah, you gotta make it.
That break though.
I can't get over I can't sing the praising enough of those. I think the RCF will put out more
let's turn down the funk beat.
Volume wise, it's gonna definitely.
The 40-inch vertical is not bad. What was the horizontal on that?
It's it's pretty good. I don't know the exact specs of that, and I have the 50. I don't have the 50M, so I don't think there's a. I think there's a work.
120 horizontal, 40 vertical. That's pretty good.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's basically line array level type shit.
Yeah.
So,
dope.
you know, if you want to be the acoustic guitar band at the bar, they got you covered, clearly. All the built-in processing on it, obviously not a whole lot of use for us unless you want to like run your microphone into it and have a interesting effects mixed elsewhere, which wouldn't make sense.
But it has like other EQs for like being a little bit more flat or whatever. If you're doing like a ceremony thing or whatever, you didn't need like the low end or whatever, you know. And there's a club setting that kind of gives it a little more pop in the low, you know. So it's cool. It's got Bluetooth connectivity, so it can be a fucking Bluetooth speaker basically too. Like it's dope.
I'm all for those for the mobile application.
Yeah.
The days of putting heavy speakers on sticks are numbered for me. I don't think I can do that much longer. And the columns just look so desirable. The one thing that I've always been picky about, and this has nothing to do with mobile side of things. It's completely irrelevant, honestly. But me being the finicky jungle nerd, I hear a lack of like 200 hertz from the column array type speakers. The upper bass, the hit you in the between the eyes kind of shit. Not the chest, but a little bit higher kind of stuff. It sounds like it's a little bit missing in that area, and which makes sense because all of your sub is coming from the floor, right? And everything up top is basically 100 hertz and higher at the least. You know what I mean? And so it makes sense that right around that 100 hertz to 200 hertz area is going to be a little bit deficient. But again, picky, super picky.
I have used both of those and a sub. Like when I wanted extra funk in the trunk.
Right.
Like I brought the KW181 in with that too. And then it's like
slap.
It's a wrap. That's good. It's fully like it's everything. You know what I mean? Like it worked well.
Spire says that's a tricky range sometimes anyways. You're absolutely right,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
So like usually for like my New Year's gigs, sometimes I brought those and a sub because there's like 400 people, 500 people sometimes in that spot. So I'm bringing those plus an extra set of speakers, but I'm also bringing that sub for, you know, that added for like more low end because those things work good. But I mean, if there's 400 people standing in the way.
Oh snap! Here comes Ratfink. Everybody behave. Big up Newtastic Gaming. Thank you for dropping the bombs. Joshua Carl dropping bombs.
Ooh, look at that blue meanie hair.
Yes.
I like that.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What up?
What up, man?
Ratfink, how you doing, sir?
Wagwan.
I'm good. Hey, you guys were talking about PA speakers so much, and I remembered the most amazing thing from a wedding I went to once.
What's
So
that?
I got a picture on the phone here, so
Okay,
I'll
hold
set
on.
it up. So this is
We fall for this before.
This has happened before.
You better go too hot for Twitch, right?
Wait, Ratfink's here, everybody. Ratfink's everybody. We're going too hot for Twitch. Just kidding. Okay, what do you got
I
for us,
don't have
Ratfink?
OBS the virtual cam set up that you know of. Yeah. Anyway, so this wedding, it was a dry wedding because like the bride's family was super strict, and but the groom's family was not, and that's the side that I knew. And so what the groom's side and his friends did is they took a PA speaker, hollowed it out, put a tap on the side for liquor, and you'd like run into the back like where the setup was, and you would just like fill your cup up. And you know how you get those like cheesy photos at weddings, right? Where you hold up all the signs and dumb shit. So let's see if you can see that.
They're posing with the speaker. Wait, I mean, let me pin you up, Ratfink.
no,
Where you
that's
at?
a
Where you at?
spigot. I couldn't
Like
tell
a
what that
tap.
was.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Let's pin you
tap.
up.
It's a little like tap, yeah.
Jesus.
It was a lot of fun.
Wait, let me. That's good stuff.
Awesome.
I did a wedding once. I did a wedding once where like the reception and everything's like over here, and there's a small little path to get to like the bathrooms. It was like in a park place, kind of whatever, right? So I'm going down. Like I got a mix on. We're good. Like I'm going to I need to go run into the bathroom, and like the fucking groom and the best man are like maybe like 10 steps ahead of me, 10, 15 steps. They're going in the thing. I go into like the stalls, I got piss. They're like over at the urinals off of this corner, and I just hear it. I'm like, I'm peeing. try not to be too loud. So you're kind of like, you're hitting the side of the bowl. So you're not like going full into the water. All the homies on the chat know what I'm talking about. And I just hear it. I was like,
oh,
wow. I was like, it's going to be that kind of party? Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
This wedding's great.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I was not expecting that at all. I was like, okay. Wow.
Oh shit! Big up Spire. Big up That's a Nice Spy. Big up Pagan DNB. We're wrapping up here. Big up Triple Overhead. Appreciate y'all. Big up Man Like Deeps. That's what's up. Funky Heavy G. Appreciate you being here. Rebel Lion. What up? Brooklyn Soleil. What up? That's a new name. Who's this? Benjamin 0914K. Thanks for chiming in. That's the new name. How you doing? Welcome. This is the 916 Junglist channel. We're just about to wrap up. Before we go, though, I am going to gift a sub to one of the homies who popped in. Where's he at? There he is. Funk Heavy G has been very, very vocal this whole show. So you, my friend, get a sub for the month. Thank you very much for your participation. That's awesome. And there's no obligation to continue the sub. Just showing love. I appreciate you. That's what's up.
But if you don't, well, no.
Differential FAW. What up, Differential Fall? Thanks for the sub. 10 months at tier 1. That's a good look.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pick up
Appreciate
your
that.
moms. Shoot back in the chat. What up, your moms?
What up, your mobs? Brooklyn says, run. He's stuck now. That's how it starts. Oh, shit. They throw you. Go ahead.
Sorry, for you guys that didn't know, Differential Fa is the promoter that does all the shows in Spokane. He's awesome. Thank you, Steve.
What up, Differential Fa? Yeah, totally. He's the dude. Big up. Doing it for the nod. I don't know if you guys know the reference, what movie reference that is.
Yeah.
In Spokane, it's a nod, believe me. Holy shit.
I believe it. Big up Ratfink throwing 5 tier 1s out to the crew. Thank you, man.
Who's that?
You're one of the hugest supporters. Ratfink has given 220 subs total to this channel. Fucking
don't
A,
do
dude.
that math. I'm not doing that math.
Oh, okay. Ratfink giving out 5 tier 1 subs today, this minute.
Oh no, the total's fine. Just don't convert it.
Oh,
like over the last
220 times
10
5.
months
Is
or
that
whatever.
The story, Ratfink, about you giving the bottle shirts to the people that created the game, dude, that is a great story.
Dude, mad props for that, dude.
I got my shirt. It's downstairs, but yeah. So there's only 6 of them on the dev team, and so
Big up
I've been
Pixel Maniacs.
Yeah. So I've been emailing him, one of the guys, and what's cool is like the office manager guy that answers the like the info email. I told him about it. He was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And I was like, here's a tracking number. Like when they ship, he's like, "Oh, the guys are gonna love it." I asked if they could like take a picture, right, so we could like share it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get a picture, but like none of the guys know about these yet. It's gonna be a surprise." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome."
That's amazing.
Is it in Germany or where?
Yeah, they're in Germany. Yeah, they're in Nuremberg.
Nuremberg. That's
when are they getting them?
They should be getting them in the next week.
Yeah, it should be pretty soon. So what's cool is apparently they print them over there,
right?
Like separately. So like the shipping for 6 shirts was like $16. It was like nothing. I was all worried they were gonna ship from LA or whatever.
Like here,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, from like some shop in Oakland, and you're like, oh
right.
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. So yeah, they're on Steam. They got a bunch of other games.
They just recently put one out.
Yeah, so I think that's like the racing one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's cool. So it's a multiplayer game. It's not Twitch or anything, but like you're like driving a monster truck, and then you can have your friends in the game, and they'll actually build the track. It's like all in like squares that you can hook together, and they'll like build the track as you go to like mess with you or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so they can help you out to do cool shit, or they can fuck with you.
Or they can fuck with you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And more likely fuck with you because I'm a troll.
Yeah.
100%.
Drop a wall.
Yeah. Oh, you know it. You know
Bang.
it. DJ
Flat
Epic in the
tire.
chat. Yo, Epic gracing us. What up, Epic? That's the homie right there. DJ Epic and I were partners in crime in real life before all this shit went down. My man made partner in like 2 weeks. Fucking incredible.
Awesome.
And he's been crushing it. He's got a huge following in Brazil now. And I'm so proud of that guy. He's got like 10,000 followers. Not all of a sudden. He's been working hard for it. And he's been doing the damn thing. Super proud. Somebody shout out DJ Epic. That's the homie. Him and we did stuff. That was like the person who I DJ'd with every Monday for Motown on Mondays. And we DJ'd, him and I have DJ'd more together than any two DJs here in town. And it's funny because it's been so many years, and it's almost been like a fucking year since we've been able to rock together. That's really crazy. Appreciate you, man. That's the homie Epic, dude. I'm so proud that he found his lane here on Twitch. Because like all of us, like when shit happened last March, we were all scrambling. We didn't know what the fuck to happen. And he's found a really good lane here on Twitch. Super proud of him. He's got like fucking 200 plus on his channel all the time now. Fucking crazy. He was just on the Funk Hunters channel the other day. And yeah, he's fucking doing the damn thing, man. So, any case, enough about Epic. Let's talk about other things.
Let's talk about somebody else.
Right. Let's talk about who we're gonna raid. We're an hour into Corinne's show. We should probably still raid Corinne because she's awesome.
She's doing music requests.
Yeah.
Who else is on? Did we raid Corinne last week?
I raided her last week with Kenny's birthday, actually.
Okay, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. You guys want to do a poll? I'm down for a poll. Okay, so we'll get a poll. New poll. Question: who we raiding? All right, I see Corinne, so we'll put Corinne here. I see Respect D&B, so I'll put Respect D&B in here.
Proper on too?
Is Proper on as well?
I think so.
Let me see. I don't see Proper.
They were on, but
they were on.
Proper's gone. Proper fell off.
Oh no, I see it. Proper Chicago DMB with 18 people.
Let me see. Why don't I have that?
And
oh, there they are. There they are. Totally missable. Yep. Okay. Proper. Okay. Let me get Proper up
I
here.
missed it the first second time. I can't even talk.
Okay. Proper is up. Oops. Stop that. Okay. They're obviously up. Okay. So Proper Chicago. Slip Irie and System D&B are both on. Let's put Slip Irie in there. Okay. Slip Irie is good people. That's Slip out of Canada. Representing Trouble on Vinyl OG right there. Not Trouble on Vinyl, sorry, Vinyl Syndicate OG. Okay, let's get this poll going. That's enough people. That's enough people. Starting the poll. This is your chance to vote right now. Who we raiding? Go ahead and enter your vote into the poll. It's in the top of the screen, in top of the chat. You guys see it? There it goes. Okay, perfect.
I think it's broken. I'm not on there. I think it's broken.
I see people voting.
No,
oh, you're not on there. Oh,
yo, there's live vote results. That's pretty dope.
There's Man Like Deep Stash.
Is Man Like Deep Stash in here? Oh, big up Man Like Deep Stash. Yes. Oh my God, dude. So for those that don't know, Deep's mustache has evolved like a Pokemon, and it has taken on a life of its own, and it has created its own Twitch account, apparently.
And Discord.
And Discord.
He's in Catch 22. He's in No Use for Anger's Discord.
It's
or
she. Who knows? Who knows? They. I don't know what it is. But shouts out to Man Like Deep Stash, because you have been I wish it was me that thought of that, because I have been laughing so fucking hard at that for like the last, what's it been, a week almost? It's so good. Man Like Deep Stash popped up into Man Like Deep's chat the other day, And then the next episode that Deep did, Deep actually shaved his mustache off, and they continued to play it off like Deep's mustache has left Deep's face and is exploring a life of its own. Fighting crime. Well, someone said there's face fighting crime. It's so good.
He said maybe if you play me a love song or something like that, I'll come back or something like that.
It's been a quality source of entertainment, top shelf content here with the crew. Big up man like Deeps. Big up whoever Deep stash, whatever happened, whatever if it's really Deep stash, props. That's amazing. But whoever's behind that, I wish I had thought of that. That's hilarious.
A sentient stash.
Right. We're gonna go to Corinne. Looks like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, I love it. That's who I said I wanted to anyways. That's perfect. Corinne, let me bring Corinne up here. So Corinne is a DJ, right? Make sure I got it. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Charlie, big up again for playing Inside the Ride on Saturday.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that right as we're rating. Go ahead and talk about it. So talk about it.
I like that background, Joshua Cohen.
You like that? Trying to help you out.
I appreciate it.
I will be finishing up that Saturday social distancing thing, and I'm going to raid into 916 Inside the Ride.
Yes.
Awesome. That's good shit.
There is nothing after us, and there's like Udadine Bees is booked, and Meta Patterns booked, and Mystery 2K, and quite a couple other people within the community. So hopefully people ride through that all day, and I want to push them right into like watching everybody in here because you guys deserve that.
Drop a link to a promo if you can in the chat. That'd be awesome. Fader,
sure, yeah.
what you got going on? What you got going on this week with Joshua Carl? I see that flyer in the upper right there.
Yeah, Joshua Carl is going to be on the podcast. What We Do in the Shadows is the movie that he picked. So we're going to talk to him about his humble beginnings of nerddom and some fun things like that. And then we're going to kind of kick it into the movie podcast, kind of get some behind the scenes, cool stuff, some of our fun, favorite parts, favorite scenes of that movie. And then normally with the other episodes we did, which are available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, that you could go and check all that shit out.
Explain your podcast real quick for somebody who's never seen it.
Fine. It's called Fader and Friends. I invite people that I know to come on the show, talk about them, and ask them some questions, kind of get their backstory, get to know them a little better, some fun stories of their, growing up, things like that, what they've got going on in their life. And then we kind of parlay it into talking about like their favorite movie. And then we kind of go through the movie a little bit, some hidden scenes, some stuff we like, some deep cut stuff that like if you've watched it once or twice or you may not know this shit, it's cool. And then I like to think about if they go back and make it like an 80s classic like yours, Big Trouble in Little China, if they rebooted it in 5-10 years down the road, who would be the actors that play that? And then we kind of go through like the cast of who that is, and then towards the end we kind of do like a live
I wasn't prepared for that, by the way. I was not prepared for that. That was my bad.
I gave you like 3-4 weeks to actually prepare to do that.
I know. I forgot that I was supposed to do that, and so I was literally winging it as we were going. You could hear me Googling.
Yeah. In the audio podcast, I cut out some of your going.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing that. I couldn't do that on the YouTube show, but I mean, it is what it is.
It's a lot of jump cuts, man. It's all jump cuts.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to be
like
kind
the
of
kids
like
do.
All
more
the kids.
live kind of.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I hate those.
Yeah.
cheap.
Big up Fader and Friends coming up. 916 Jungles. Oh, go ahead.
6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the guy that's above me is going to be on.
Yep, Joshua Carl's the guest this coming Thursday.
You got 24 hours to watch What We Do in the Shadows. Not the TV show, not the original bootleg movie, but the actual movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're going to do with that one is we're going to throw it back to like if they made it in the 80s.
The TV show.
What actors would be in it.
Friday, we're going to be doing Taco Rewind on Friday. And I don't have anything really planned other than whatever comes to me that day. And I actually kind of like that. Fridays is kind of like my goof off day. And I have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun playing on Fridays. Saturdays Inside the Ride is going to be legit. Let me bring up the flyer real quick here.
There may be a DJ that's performing in the Zoom room at the moment, right?
No. Just kidding.
So
I'm nervous.
So, first of all, yes, you're absolutely right. This Saturday, Inside the Ride is going to be Gen Symmetry, Root for the Villains, the homie Adagio, and inside the Zoom room right now, the one and only Charlie Eon. Spotlight on Charlie Eon.
Do it.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm excited to have you on Saturday. You've been very active with the show and been super supportive of Saturdays. And obviously, I've checked your streams. You're dope. So I'm excited to have you as part of the ride on Saturday. It's gonna be a good time, man.
I'm excited. I'm more than excited.
Outstanding.
As you can tell by my Facebook.
If you guys don't mind, I actually would like to plug one more thing. Let me see here real quick. It is... I have to get up on my screen because I'm totally not prepared, which I should be. And it is what it is.
Man, like Deep Stash said, I'd dye my whiskers blue for you, Ratfinger.
I really want to know.
Wait, hold on. Let me highlight that. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, God.
That's amazing.
How does that only have 16 followers? That needs at least 56 right now.
You imagine Man Like Deep Stash making an affiliate? And just having like Tom Selleck stash and then like Burt Reynolds and just like the emotes are just random stashes of power.
But what would the stream be? Because part of being affiliate is you have to stream for a certain amount of hours in 30 days.
It will be a mustache ASMR stream.
This mustache ASMR rubbing on the fucking microphone? Just
like really close up, like really close. And then they do the push for partner, they dye it purple.
All right, y'all. Coming up next Saturday on Inside the Ride, this is going to be on January the 30th. We are going to be collaborating with Dystopia again. Dystopia, who did the 2 jungle DJ battles the past 6 months. We did 1 and 2. This time it is the Dystopia 10-year anniversary. And the lineup looks fucking sick. The lineup is going to be Dave Owen from Metalheads and V Recordings, Iris from Metalheads, Dispatch, and Hospital, Machete from Respect and Jungle Splatoon, Screwtape, the winner of the last Dystopia Jungle DJ battle representing Dystopia and Shelter, Spiralis, representing Ram Recordings and D&B Tuesdays Seattle, and yours truly is going to be on that bill as well. So this is going to be a fat fucking lineup. Now,
Jesus.
Yeah. The 916 Jungle is, just so you guys know, the Saturday night, I purposely don't want it to be the lineup night. Like, I don't want it to be like the equivalent of I'm not going to go to this show unless there's a headliner on the bill kind of show. I actually would rather prefer it be more genuine to 916 Jungles, which is periodic flagship events, but focusing on building our community and supporting our I don't want to say locals anymore because it's not really local anymore, but our community, right? It's about us. It's about y'all, really. And so, but every now and then having one of these special events is amazing. And it takes a little extra effort and a little bit more teamwork than the team that's already putting together Saturdays. And this is when Dystopia steps in and steps up and helps out a lot. So big up to Rim with Dystopia. Big up to Gypsy Kid with Inside the Ride. And big up to everybody who's helping put all this stuff on in the back end. Giggity.
Super dope, dude.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah, super dope. I'm excited. We're going to have quite the lineup for that one. That's next Saturday, January 30th. But do not take it lightly. This Saturday's lineup is fucking phenomenal. And I'm absolutely ecstatic to have Charlie Eon on. Root for the Villain. Dude, those that don't know, I love Root for the Villain, dude. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Demo's the shit. And I'm just excited for this lineup. This is going to be dope.
I got hyped from just us talking about it the other day, and just the name alone, Root for Villain, I'm on board.
Right.
I've never heard anybody no. I'm hype off of your energy, so it's dope.
He's the man, dude. He's dope. Big up top every day, just rating in. Appreciate you. Team Drum and Bass representing. Shouts out Top Every Day. Everybody follow Top Every Day right now. Show them how we do right here on the 916 Junglist channel. That's a good look. In fact, let's throw it up on the dynamic follow as we're actually getting ready to raid. Let's see, Top Every Day. Oops, I spelled it wrong.
Oh, we're going to the wrong channel.
There it is. There you go. If you scroll down underneath this stream, you might have to refresh. I don't know how that works. But
it just popped up.
It just pops up. Perfect.
Yeah.
So there's Top Every Day. Follow Top Every Day. Super dope. Super dope. We're going to raid in to Corinne and make sure everybody, actually, you know what? Make sure everybody just types in Corinne, you are amazing in the chat. Just type in Corinne, you are amazing. Actually, CORIN, you are amazing. There. Copy that. Because she absolutely is. She's an incredible talent. And we're going to be raiding into Corinne. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back on Friday for Taco Rewind. Big up to everybody who came through. This is happening every single Wednesday. Starts at 9:16 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:16 p.m. Pacific on Wednesdays. This Friday, I'll be up at 9:16 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you tune in. People are starting to get confused by the time. I have people in my chat at 6 o'clock on Saturday, like, where are you? Which is pretty funny. Big up, y'all. I'll see you guys at the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah.
We out.